Already. Yeah. Okay. Hope he doesn't overcompensate by throwing it a lot of times. Yeah. I'll tell you, this kid right here, he's a heck of a. They all changed his name to BLAZ because he's bad. He's a track guy. Yeah. You think they really got five professional players? Quarterback too? I'll tell you what, they were. I got that all. He and his sons are playing, so that's kind of good guy. We'll read that one, get us back up. Ready? Yep. Okay. That's nice. He's a big dude.
No, we're doing the internet media.
How you doing, Coach? You're Falcons fan, huh?
No.
That's what people say. I have the Vikings hat on. Their media. Oh, come on. I'm not allowed to talk to you yet. Mike Carey somewhat. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Elwood High School. We're going to talk to Coach Aaron Toll. Coach Aaron Toll, I tell you what, a warm day.
Yeah, it's August in Indiana, but it's regardless, it's Friday night, and we got a ball game to play. So we usually have one of these a year. We feel like we've taken as much precaution as we can all week, and I think our kids are going to be ready to play.
That sounds good, Coach. I'm going to mention you're in your 20th year. 19 times you played Elwood. 19 times you've been victorious.
That's got a nice ring to it. We'd like to keep that string going. I do think I do think they're vastly improved. They've got a new sense of self-confidence a little bit, and kind of like us, honestly. I feel like we have a little bit more confidence coming off last week, our performance last week. So I think it's going to be two teams that feel pretty good about themselves, and it's going to be a war.
So, well, Coach, back in the high school days, your dad, Mike Toll, went to school here.
My grandmother taught here, so that he actually lived in Tipton County, but my grandmother taught here at Elwood, so the natural thing to do was for my dad to go to school here. So yeah, this rivalry runs pretty deep in our family. There's no doubt about it.
That's the one I got to mention, Sammy Morellis, new coach. His son is a rushing leader here at Elwood High School. The guy knows football.
He does. Number one, he's a great guy. He's a great person. There's nobody in this town that cares more about Elwood football than him. I think that's why he's in the position that he's in. And he's made a drastic difference. There's in the short time that he's been the coach. There's no doubt about it. They're playing with a little bit more passion, and they're playing for him. And we're gonna have to face that challenge tonight.
I've heard a lot of good things about him. Evidently, he brought up the elementary football program. He's probably coaching some of his young men tonight.
A long time ago, he did. He started the Elwood Youth League, and he and Tony Hoover, I believe. Yeah, he was on the '87 state runner-up team, and just has a long history in their program. So, like I said, there's nobody that cares about this program more than he does.
Last week, Tipton Blue Devils went to Indiana West End, got a win, game one. And we've got to mention the Elwood Panthers went against Southern Wells. They got a win, game one. It's been a little while since Tipton and Elwood played second week with both having one win.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think both teams are coming into this ball game, which is a huge rivalry. But I think both teams are feeling good about themselves. It's always a better football season when the Elwood-Tipton game means something. And I feel like as much as any game in a long time that there's a great crowd here. There's a concert going on. There's food being cooked. It just feels like a big time ball game. So hopefully we put on a big time performance tonight.
Absolutely. Mentioned you had a couple of guys stood out last week. Calvin Condit put it in the end zone 3 times. Landon Spidell put it in the air once.
Yeah, I felt like we played about as well as we could play for the first 3 quarters. Lost momentum, got tired. Combination of the 2 in the fourth quarter, and to South Adams' credit, down 27-0, they didn't quit. They put together some scoring drives. From our perspective, we had like a 3rd and 16, a 3rd and 18, a 4th and 13. That they converted all 3 of those. If we stop them on any of those plays, or we complete a screen pass that was wide open, the score might be totally different. But to their credit, they fought back in the fourth quarter and honestly made us better.
I mentioned Larry Wiseman. I should say Larry Murdoch. Larry Wiseman, a great guy. You know what I'm talking about. But Larry Murdoch let me know that some freshmen going to start tonight on offense, 5 of them. Quarterback Jace Reese. Larry tells me they are the real deal.
The 8th grade football game that I attended last year between Tipton and Elwood was one of the best 8th grade football games I've been a part of or just witnessed in a long time. Our freshmen were lucky enough to go undefeated last year. But honestly, I thought Elwood was the toughest team that they played and the biggest challenge. So they are some talented kids, but I will say they're still freshmen, and Friday nights are different. They're playing against guys that are 3 years older than them in some cases. So it's not an easy lesson, but if they're willing to put you out here on a Friday, then you must be pretty good.
Coach, I'm going to go back to 2015. Closest game you've ever had with Elwood, 35-33. As in 2015. 10 years into your tenure, you were going against Marty Wells. It was his final year to coach. That was a game.
Marty Wells, a good friend of mine. I can still remember they went for 2, and Kellen Woods broke up a 2-point conversion in the end zone to seal the win. But that was a whale of a ball game, and that was close. Kellen Woods made a great play. Just to be honest, he made a great play. So, great memories. Yes.
Coach, last thing, Elwood Tipton, 1988. Talk about that game.
Well, I could talk about that era for a long time, because in 1987, we came over here and beat Elwood 35-7.
You were playing.
I was a sophomore. I played sparingly, and we beat them. They ended up going to the state finals. 1988, they come to our place. Probably the biggest crowd I think I've ever seen at a home football game at Tipton. Believe it or not, we didn't have online tickets back then. So they were lined up from the gate all the way out to the bypass and all the way down to the railroad, waiting for tickets. There was 3 deep all the way around. 2 top 10 teams, and Elwood beat us 14-7 that night on our home field, and then we ended up going to the state finals. So, and then in 1989, we played Elwood, both state-ranked teams. We played in the old Hoosier Dome, in another great ball game, which we were lucky enough to win. So, a lot of really good football back in the CIC those days.
There's a lot of memories. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, anytime.
We're going to walk this direction. Say what? Aaron Toll has a memory like a steel trap, especially when it comes to him playing football and his teammates.
I think we all do. We look back. I always tell people the older I get, the better I was. You know how that is.
The older I get, the better I wasn't. So we'll walk this direction. They got the young youth cheerleaders here tonight. They're on the track. They're learning from the varsity cheerleaders. They want to become varsity cheerleaders. And as Coach Aaron Toll said, the crowd is pouring in.
Yeah, they are coming in thick. And I'll tell you what, whatever they're cooking, they're grilling, smells pretty good to me right now. I had to cut my dinner short, but yeah, they'd say it's the party atmosphere up here. It always is when Tipton and Elwood come together. So looking forward to a good game. As you mentioned, both teams got off to a good start last week. Both feeling, filling their oats and thinking they can keep that rolling tonight. So I'm sure it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Like you mentioned with the Coach Toll, a couple of these guys, I've seen in the last couple of years playing middle school, And there's some guys that are real deal, especially Blaze Jones, who, as I told you, he's a heck of a football player and a track guy. And I'll tell you what, he's one of those guys that anytime he touches the ball, you give him a crease, he's fully capable of taking it to the house. So as I told you earlier, I said I think his first name is Blaise, but they ought to change it to Blaze because he's fast. And so I'm sure Tipton will have their eyes on him all night.
That sounds good. We'll walk up in the booth right now and have a conversation with Larry, myself, and we'll have a little bit of a pregame. We thank you for tuning in. We are at Elwood High School. So what the field looks beautiful. They've got chlorophyll. Say what the lines look pure white. The numbers are white. They have an E out on the middle of their 50-yard line. It's got an outline. It's actually red. It's got an outline of blue. And you're supposed to allow the lines, like the 50-yard line that goes through the logo, to be noticeable. You got to be able to see them. And Elwood did just that, going through the middle of the E. And we'll mention again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Elwood High School, Elwood, Indiana, Panther Stadium, just 9 miles east of Tipton High School. We welcome you to today's education-based Indiana High School varsity football game. Tonight it's the Tipton Blue Devils and the Elwood Panthers. It's a Class 2A Sectional 36 matchup. They could play each other again. We'll see. And I will mention this internet radio coverage is made possible by audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO, that's Robbie Kendall, providing internet radio access for PutMeInSports.com since 2008. I tell you what, Larry, good ball game in the works today. We'll see what happens. But I tell you what, if you want to go ahead and mention Tipton Blue Devils visiting team on the scoreboard.
Thanks, AJ. Yes, Tipton Blue Devils, enrollment of 454 students. They're in Class 2A, Section 36. There's 8 teams in that sectional. Tipton, Alexandria, Blackford, Eastbrook, Eastern, Elwood, Rochester, and Wabash. Principal of Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach, Athletic Director Corey Fernung, and Athletic Trainer Mr. Burke Emmert. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. Phone number is area code 765-675-7431, and they are online at tiptonathletics.com. Colors are blue and white. Hoosier Conference, there are 9 teams. This year there is a big school division and a small school division. Big school division is Logan Sport. They are 4A. They won their first game, so they are 1-0. Hamilton Heights lost their first game to LaPel, so they're 0-1. Twin Lakes is 0-1. West Lafayette is 0-1. And Western is 0-1. Small school division is Lafayette Central Catholic. They are 1-0. Tipton is 1-0. Benton Central 0-1, and Rensselaer Central 0-1. Again, they are Tipton is 1-0, 0-0 in the Hoosier Conference. You have to play a game in the conference. Coach Aaron Toll is in his 20th year. His record is 137-81. He's a Tipton High School graduate from 1990 and a Indiana University graduate from 1995. Next game is Friday, September 6th. Tipton Blue Devils at Twin Lakes Indians at 7:30.
Hey, thanks, Larry. Appreciate that. And we'll mention the home team on the scoreboard is the Elwood Panthers. They have a school enrollment of 410. Again, they're in sectional 36, Class 2A. 8 in that sectional. Larry mentioned those. We'll mention in week 1, there were 4 wins, 4 losses. That's in the sectional 36. Tipton, Elwood, Alexandria, and Rochester each got a win. In the loss column, it was Blackford, Eastbrook, Eastern, and Wabash. We'll mention Elwood High School. The athletic director is Ryan Van Skyok. The athletic secretary is Amber Salih. We appreciate their help. We'll mention Elwood High School is located at 1137 North 19th Street, Elwood, Indiana, 46036. You can reach them by phone at 765-552-9854. On the web, it's elwoodpanthers.net. They wear the colors red and royal blue. They perform in the Central Indiana Conference. 8 teams in that conference. 5 of those teams got wins in week 1, and they were Alexandria, Elwood, Madison Grant, Mississinawa, and Oak Hill. 3 losses last week in that conference. It's Blackford, Eastbrook, and Frankton. We are at Panther Stadium. It is natural grass, and it's got to be pretty soft to land on. Well done here at Elwood High School. Elwood, 1 win, no losses. They're 0-0 in the Central Indiana Conference. Their new head coach is Sammy Morellis. 1 win, no losses. Coaching in his first varsity season at Elwood High School. We'll mention he went to school here at Elwood, 1988 graduate. Next game on the agenda for Elwood will be next Friday, September 6th. Alexandria Tigers will be here with the Elwood Panthers. 7 o'clock start time. We'll mention last week's Central Indiana Conference. Last week was week 1. These are the final scores. 8 games, they were all non-conference. It was Elwood Panthers. They were at Southern Wells. Elwood got the win 47-6. Alexandria Tigers, they were at Westdale last week. Alexandria got the win 41-12. Frankton Eagles, they were at Eastern Hancock. They are the Royals last week, and Frankton got a good win 63-49. Not a lot of defense in that game, Larry.
No, they were burning up the grass up and down the field on that one, sounds like.
No doubt. And Huntington North Vikings, they went to Eastbrook Panthers, played on that synthetic field turf. Huntington North got the win 38-21. It was Jay County, the Patriots. They traveled to Blackford. They got a shutout. Jay County 49, Blackford nothing. Tri-Central Trojans and Madison Grand Argyles. Madison Grand Argyles got a decisive win 40-7. Mississinawa Indians, they went against Norwell, the Knights in Mississinawa, back to normal fashion, 35-0. And the Eastern Comets and the Oak Hill Golden Eagles at home got the win over Eastern, 30-15. We'll talk about games happening tonight in the Central Indiana Conference. This is week 2, August 30th. Game night, all games will start at 7 o'clock on this list. 7 o'clock, Blackford Bruins are at Fremont Eagles tonight. Fort Wayne Concordia Cadets are at Eastbrook Panthers. Lapel Bulldogs are at the Frankton Eagles. Madison Grand Argyles are at Southern Wells, the Raiders. Mississinawa Indians are at Marion doing battle with the Giants. And I will mention Fort Wayne South last week. Fort Wayne South actually an overtime win, 27-21. Oak Hill, the Golden Eagles are at Southwood Knights tonight. Tipton Blue Devils, as you know, are here with the Elwood Panthers. And the Wabash Apaches are at Alexandria Tigers. Tonight, here's Larry with the Hoosier Conference.
Thanks, AJ. Again, last week, Hoosier Conference, week 1, August 23rd, there were 9 games. The Tipton Blue Devils defeated South Adams Starfires 27-20 at Indiana Wesleyan University. Marvelous facility up there. Also, the Delphi Oracles defeated Benton Central 41-6. Hamilton Heights Huskies lost a close one to the Lapel Bulldogs 20-29. Harrison Raiders won, scored 30 points against the West Lafayette Red Devils, scored 22. Another game, Central Catholic Knights 55, Seeger Patriots 6. Logansport Berries 49, Peru Tigers 7. Rensselaer Central Bombers lost to Kankakee Valley Vikings 23-0. Tri-West Bruins 43, Western Panthers 7, and Twin Lakes lost to the Plymouth Rockies 53-20. On the slate for this week, August 30th, week number 2, Tipton Blue Devils here at Elwood Panthers, 7 p.m. Delphi Oracles at Twin Lakes Indians, also 7 p.m. Cardinal Ritter Raiders at Lafayette Central Catholic. 7 p.m. Logansport Berries at 5A South Bend Adams Eagles. 8 p.m. North Newton Spartans versus Rensselaer Central Bombers. 7 p.m. also Seeger Patriots versus Benton Central Bison. Also 7 p.m. Triton Central Tigers at Hamilton Heights Huskies. Also 7 p.m. West Lafayette Red Devils at McCutcheon Mavericks. And 7 p.m. Western Panthers versus Western Boone at Western Boone.
See what, Larry, right there, you talk about the South Bend Adams, the Eagles. They're 5A school. We got Logansport Berries in the conference now, and I don't believe any of our current conference members have ever played a 5A school.
I'm sure that's probably the case. That's kind of a rarity, but Logansport's a big team. They're 4A, so they took on that invitation to go to South Bend Adams, so we'll see how that works out for them.
Should be. We'll see what happens. You're exactly right. So we'll go ahead and mention Michelle Garman. Michelle Garman, for comprehensive coverage of Tipton County sports, check out the Tipton County Tribune. The printed edition is published every Wednesday, but one does not have to wait until Wednesday for sports stories, as well as other stories, including breaking content, is available online at TiptonCountyTribune.com. The Tipton County Tribune is owned by Cherry Road Media. A subscription to the printed edition also includes an online subscription. Online subscriptions also are available. One can also follow Michelle Garman on X, that's known as Twitter. X, that's at Michelle_Garman. That's the at symbol, Michelle with 2 L's _Garman, for updates and scores for Tipton County sports. Teams and fans are also encouraged to like the Tipton County Tribune page on Facebook. Michelle can also be found on Instagram under her name, Michelle Garman. Michelle Garman, we talked about her last week. Michelle Garman has incredible knowledge of sports.
Yeah, and she is a big supporter up here of this area, all sports, and we're lucky to have her being a part of our team. So looks like the Panthers are taking the field to a rousing applause here by their fan base. So we'll see when the Tipton Blue Devils make it out here.
That's Sammy Morales, the new head coach, is going to change the narrative here at Elwood.
Well, I'll tell you what, it means a lot when you've got a guy that's been such a big part of this program and in the lore of this program, and he's got 2 of his sons working with him as well. So I know their goal is to bring the Panthers back to prominence here, and not a better group of guys to do it. So, like I said, whenever I hear a guy that starts off the youth league, he's dedicated to bringing football back. So, going to see his passion, I'm sure, tonight up and down prowling the sidelines.
Hey, Larry, before we get too far along here, we got to mention the Tipton County Pork Festival. It's coming up next week. Tipton County Pork Festival is over 50 years in the making. That's history and experience. Downtown Tipton, Indiana. Roads will be blocked off around the courthouse square. All will be safe. Bring your family. Family memories not soon to be forgotten, maybe never. Tipton County Pork Festival begins Thursday, September 5th, continues through Saturday, September 6th. So that'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's next weekend for the most part. You can go online, TiptonCountyPorkFestival.com. The Tipton County Pork Festival is an annual event. You can explore and enjoy Tipton County Pork Festival. And I'm coming up the end of the month, September 28th and 29th, the New Atlanta Earth Festival. That's in Atlanta, Indiana. It was founded in 1974. It's going to happen this year, Saturday, September 28th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then Sunday, September 29th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can enjoy the free stage entertainment. They'll also have antique tractors on display. They'll have culinary delights from elephant ears, pumpkin rolls, barbecue, Mexican and Greek foods, and more. Fun to be had by all ages. Make it a family weekend. Make it one to remember. Mark your calendars, September 28th, 29th, Atlanta, Indiana, the New Atlanta Earth Festival. You can check on booth space. Check them out right there at the Town Hall, 292 2626. Again, 765 292 2626. On the web, it's AtlantaIndiana.com. So, what a lot of folks here I got to mention, Larry. Both these teams have a roster of 41 players.
How about that? Yeah, that's kind of strange that you have the exact same number on both teams. But so it's still a warm night. Hopefully, when the sun starts going down, it'll get a little cooler. We're kind of overlooking the windmills here in Elwood. Hopefully they'll blow a little faster for us. Maybe kick some wind up for us here.
They said on the news that it was going to be 90 degrees at 7 o'clock for kickoff. Going to go down to about 84 by 10 o'clock. And they said that today it got up to 95, and that's the highest it's gotten up to in the last 787 days in Indiana.
Oh yeah, that's it was 95 registering on my car thermometer when I head up here. But yeah, I just say a little prayer for the kids. A lot of kids going both ways, that they are well hydrated.
Amen. We're going to have the national anthem here. We're going to stand at attention. And the Elwood Panther Band will bless us with the national anthem. Well done. I tell you what, Larry, they got a lot of turbines up here. I call them Mercedes-Benz because that's what they look like, and they look pretty good. They provide a lot of electricity.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I know, there's obviously with the farmland, there's always a lot of give and take on whether people like them or don't. But I figure anything that's renewable energy is good for everybody. So
I tell you what, I had an interview at halftime of a basketball game. I talked to Dan Armstrong. He's the former athletic director at Northwestern. He talked with me. I asked him about that one turbine they have there at Northwestern, and he let me know that turbine created enough electricity to run their elementary school.
That's impressive. Yeah, I tell you, there's something about up at that high school, too, that the wind always seems to be blowing at Northwestern. So good place to put it.
So, well, Larry, I'm going to mention an advertiser. We have a support sponsor. It is Camino and Company.com. That's Camino-and-Company.com. Camino and Company is in downtown Noblesville. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the CNC founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino, which is owned by V.E. Witham. V.E. Witham is the granddad of Carly Elbrett. She owns Camino and Company, and that Camino, El Camino, is an SS, if you wanted to know. And the goal of Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to their completion. You can explore them at the website, Camino-and-Company.com. They are now booking 2024 brides. Check them out on the website, Camino and Company. They're getting ready to have the coin toss here, Larry. I tell you what, looks pretty cordial out there. Red jerseys for Elwood, blue numerals, blue pants. Blue Devils going with the white jerseys again and the blue pants. They're talking it up right now. They are having fun.
Yeah, they're like I said, there's never any love lost between these two teams, but both these teams coming in with some confidence, ready to get after it.
So they have the coin toss. I saw him pick it back up off the surface. So, Tipton called it because they're the visitors. I take that back. He might have dropped it inadvertently. Yeah, he's gonna toss it up right now. Nope, he did pick it back up. So the Blue Devils are going to line up at the south end, and they'll kick the ball away. And the Elwood Panthers will receive. So actually, the Panthers didn't probably win the toss. The Tipton Blue Devils elected to defer.
That might be. I couldn't tell really from up here what the call was, but all we know is Tipton's kicking from the south to the north, and Elwood's ready to get the ball and get things going.
You know, when you start out on defense and you get a good rhythm on defense, that'll carry over.
Yeah, it surely does. But I'm sure, the Panthers want to just make something happen here on the first set of downs and, hopefully set the tone for themselves.
Larry, got to let you know, I got my new pair of glasses. Check them out. Got Blue Devil earpieces on them. So getting ready for some football. Blue Devils and the Panthers. The guy right there on the sideline got his hand all bandaged up. So what he's got pad on it because you got to wear pad. I think Blue Devils going with the same way for Oliver Conaway, are they not?
I think so. Yes, that looks like Bracken Jetty, a junior running back linebacker. So I'm not sure he'll be carrying the ball much, but he can sure do some thumping with that other hand.
He could definitely carry the ball a year ago and as a freshman. I remember that name well. So they're getting ready to boot the ball away. And it's warm. It's a pretty damp. We'll call it damp. People are sweating. You can't avoid it.
No. And I'll tell you one good thing. You talk about the future of both these programs. When you got the Elwood Panthers with 16 freshmen on their team and the Tipton Blue Devils with, I believe, 18 or 19, that bodes well for the future of this program. And as a middle school coach, that warms my heart to see kids wanting to still play football.
Little welcome to the jungle. Here's the boot. Hawkins going to bounce once. He's going to bounce by the back. He's going to get inside the 10. The Blue Devils going to stop him just across the 10-yard line. That football took an odd bounce. You can't control the football. It bounced the wrong way for Elwood.
Yeah, that bounce couldn't have gone any worse for the Panthers. It looked like Chase Hussey and JoJo Klauser down on the tackle for the Blue Devils. Looks like inside just at the 10, I guess.
So let's spot it right there near the 11. It's nosed up from the right hash. And the Elwood Panthers are going to use the huddle. They got a freshman quarterback. He wears number 6, Jace Reese. They've got 5 freshmen starting on the offense for Elwood. They've got a left tackle, running back, slot man, and a wide receiver, all freshmen. They're going to line up with one to backfield. They're going to line up slot right, split left. It's going to pass. It's going to be a pass from the right halfback. Going to throw a deep ball. Incomplete. Diving for it defensively. Right there was number 8 for the Blue Devils, and that was
Yeah, that was intended for Tristan Harple, and both Harple and Bixby are fellow freshmen with Reese, so he's used to throwing to those two pair. So they did a pretty nice job against Tipton Middle School last year as 8th graders, so he'll be going to them.
Oliver Conaway laid out for it. He's got that wrist brace on that left arm, and then they'll line up under center. Once again, it's going to be Jace Reese, freshman quarterback. They got 2 in the backfield. They got a pro set, left back, and a right back. You're going to reverse out of there, give it to the right halfback. He'll go left side. He'll try to get what he can. Blue Devil's going to stop him after a short gain. It's going to be a gain of a couple. It's going to be third and probably 8 yards to go.
Chase Hussey from middle linebacker position, and the ever-present Joseph Vautaw, a freshman for the Blue Devils, making a stop as well.
Yeah, Vautaw had a good day last week. Number 59, Joseph Vautaw, got a quarterback sack. So he's working. So they break huddle. 3rd down, 8. Ball resting at the 13-yard line of Elwood. Under center, 2 in the backfield. Pro set. He'll give it to the second man through. That's a left halfback. He'll get what he can. He'll get out to the 18. And we're probably going to see the punting unit.
Yeah, that was Dallas Capshaw coming up from his safety position. I'm not sure that wasn't a safety blitz because he got there real quick from the safety position.
So they're going to line up and they're going to send in the punter. A couple guys go in, a couple guys come out. And Jace Reese, the quarterback, is one that is coming off the field there. They're going to back up 2 in the deep for the Blue Devils. It's going to be Dallas Capshaw. and Isaiah Mahaney. Mahaney will be the right deep back, Capshaw the left deep back. They're standing near the 46 of Tipton. They'll take the snap, 7-yard line. Might be a delay of game. They are going to mention a delay of game. I think the clock ran out. Umpire's going to let us know that it was a delay of game. Usually they're like this. But I tell you what, Larry, they got a 25-second clock, and I see that they'll probably use the 40-second today. They didn't use it last week.
Yeah, I'm not sure why not, but they seemed to ignore it last week.
So they'll line up again, and the punter will stand at the goal line. He'll call for the snap. Snap is good. They'll boot it out of there. Low elevation. Going to be taken at the 50-yard line, Isaiah Mahaney. He's inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. Blue Devils going to have good starting position from the Elwood Panther 42-yard line. Isaiah Mahaney with the return.
Yeah, Ryan Munoz made a nice tackle, aided by Tristan Harple on that one.
Last week, Isaiah Mahaney, kickoff return, 51 yards. Punt return, 31 yards. He had 102 multi-purpose yards. With that 20-yard reception, Isaiah Mahaney, we missed him a year ago.
We sure did, and he's again another one of those guys that you get him in the open field, he's going to be hard to catch.
Blue Devils going to line up 3 receivers to the left. Short side of the field, just 1. Shotgun formation, Dallas Capshaw. Man the backfield is Calvin Condit. Calling for the cadence. There's a snap. He's going to throw a pass out in the left flat, bubble screen. Caught. Isaiah Mahaney going to go up the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. At the 27-yard line of Elwood, they'll move the chains.
That was linebacker Brylan Mort on number 15 on the tackle, pushing right out of bounds.
So ball spotted at the 27 of Elwood. Elwood going to line up with a 3-man front. Tell you what, their 2 nose guards up front for Elwood are big men.
Yeah, there are a couple large bodies there.
So they'll go down the tackles position, left and right. Going to line up in a shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. Calvin Condit behind him. Slot out right, split left is Gorman. Take the cadence. He'll hand off left to right. It's going to be Calvin Condit. And Elwood plays good defense against Condit in Condit's first run.
Yeah, that looked like, I think that was number, Vallejos on the and Bracken Jetty, bringing him down from the rear.
Calvin Condit had a good rushing game last week, 126 yards in 24 carries, 5.3 yards per carry last week for Condit. He put the ball in the end zone 3 times on the ground. Going to line up trips again, left side, wide side of the field from the right hash. Dallas Capshaw calling the cadence. They got to split in right side. Going to give it to Condit up the middle. They'll go up the middle. He'll veer it left, try to go 3-hole, and they're going to tackle him near the line of scrimmage. And Elwood playing good defense as they get closer to the red zone.
Yeah, I'd give that one to Connor Wooten, but it looks like he had 4 or 5 buddies with his hands on the ball carrier.
So ball spotted at the Elwood Panthers 24-yard line. 3rd down, 7. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up tight end left. That's Jaron Aller. Tight end right. That's Ridgeway. They got slot left. We're going to cadence. Going to hand off again. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Condit. He'll move the pile. He'll get near the 15-yard line, close to, and they're going to be a flag over there. Let me guess, no, maybe not. There's going to be a flag over there on the opposite sideline, and let's see what the call. They're going to say it's a first down. Maybe that isn't a flag, but looked like a yellow flag at the feet of those sticks workers.
Yeah, that was big number 62, Connor Sylvester, with the green shoes on. I always tell guys when they wear shoes that bright, they want their mamas to see them. So we said his name.
So they'll line up, split left. That's Gorman. Dakota Gorman, split wide right. It's Landon Spidell. You're going to drop 3 steps. That's Dallas Capshaw. He'll hit Gorman way out there beyond the numbers, and not a lot he could do. Defense right there, right now.
Yeah, that was Blaze on the Blaze Jones there on the tackle. Young man we talked about earlier, and he's quick. He got on that real quick.
The ball spotted just inside the 17, maybe the 16. It's nosed up. Ball's at the left hash, 20 on the play clock. Game clock is at 7:29. We're in the first quarter. We're at Elwood High School. Tipton and Elwood, synonymous for all sports. Going to line up in a shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. Tight bunch there is Landon Spidell inside the tight end. We're going to hand off and fake it to Springer. Keeping the ball right there is Dallas Capshaw. He'll stay on his feet. He's going to be inside the 5. Dallas Capshaw was holding that football kind of like a loaf of bread. It was kind of a danger zone, but yeah, he held on to it.
Yeah, I tell you, there was a lot of big bodies. I couldn't see who came from the side, but he got a shot.
So ball spotted at the 3-yard line, just to the right of the middle of the field there where the dash is for the point after touchdown. It's 1st and goal, Blue Devils from the 3. They'll line up in a shotgun. Dallas Capshaw behind him, Calvin Condon. Split out wide left is Landon Spidell. Split out wide right, they got double tight end. Snap goes, Dallas Capshaw. He'll hand it to Calvin Condon. He'll go left side. They'll move the stack there, and he'll get to the 1-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1.
That was, I believe, 51, or I'm sorry, Wooten again, 50 on the tackle.
So right there at the 1-yard line, just left of the dash this time, between the hash marks, right there in front of the goalpost at the north end of the field. So they break pedal. 20 seconds on the play clock. 6:03 on the game clock. Clock is moving. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw calls the cadence. See him in the backfield, Calvin Condon. They'll hand off to Condon. He'll dive it forward. Elwood Panthers are not going to give. Elwood Panthers not going to give, not going to break as of yet.
Yeah, that was number 75, Caleb Baumbauer, a senior. Their defensive lineman made that tackle.
So 3rd down goal. 3rd and goal, and it's 5:35 clock moving as they have the bell there. I said, well, I don't know if that's AC/DC or not.
Sounds like it.
So what, they had a nice band working here before the game in the parking lot. They sounded very good. Female voice sounded great. Going to line up in a shotgun. Blue Devils. Sing him in the backfield is Springer. Quarterback, Dallas Capshaw. They give it to Springer. He'll go forward. He'll get near they're going to call a touchdown. He's going to get across the goal line. A lot of fans on the Elwood side thought they held him out. But Springer sprung into the end zone.
Yeah, again, Connor Wooten playing hard out there, number 50, in on the tackle yet again.
So they'll spot the ball, they'll spot the tee right there, the block at the 10-yard line. And we're going to see number 4, Brogan Ferg. Brogan Ferg, soccer player by nature, kicks the football through the uprights. Looking for the snap. There's a snap. There's a hold. The hold's no good. They got fire. Ball's loose. Ball's still loose. Quinn couldn't handle it. They can't return it. They can't return a point after touchdown. If that had been college or pro, that'd have been good. But the snap was not good.
No, not at all. Nothing about that looked too good for the Blue Devils. But I noticed another freshman out there that I was wondering if he was going to make a start, and that's Abe Gallegos, a very good linebacker for the Panthers.
So what, Larry, we'll go ahead and mention one of these support sponsors is AGM Auto, LLC. AGM Auto is located 1 mile west of Arcadia on 266th Street. That's in Hamilton County. The future of your vehicle is in good hands when you put your trust with the guys at AGM. Whether it's a routine oil change or the need for expertise on an experienced AGM technician, AGM wants you to be safe and to stay safe on the road in your automobile. A second type of service offered there at AGM Auto is classic car and truck restoration. If you still have that older car or truck out back, or if it's in the barn and covered up with a tarp, AGM has a passion to reveal the underlying beauty of each and every restoration project they begin. To contact AGM Auto by phone, go to 317-984-5283. That's 317-984-5283, or visit them on Facebook, AGM Auto, LLC. They're going to boot it away once again, and we're going to see the Blue Devils back it up. Nathan Hawkins, 7-yard approach. pretty high elevation. Gonna be dropped. He's gonna hit the surface there at the 24, picked up by the deep back. He's gonna find an opening. He's out to the 34-yard line, and that was number 4, Jaden Mullins, senior athlete, with the return.
Yep, Landon Spidell just got him by the shoestrings, or he was on his way.
So they'll spot the ball there. Blue Devils gonna toss their football off the surface. They kick that one, and they'll put the ball in the game for Elwood. They'll choose which ball they'll play with. After the officials, before the game, they check the weight of those footballs, make sure they're kosher. So the Elwood Panthers, first drive, I think about back second drive, to the line of scrimmage under center is Jace Reese. Going to hand off, deep man the backfield. Going to be Mullins. Flag comes in from the umpire behind the offensive set. He's killing the play. It's going to be a holding on Elwood, and they'll nullify a decent play.
That one was sniffed out real well by Isaiah Mahaney over there, as well as Dallas Capshaw from his safety position.
So a holding penalty. The flag lay at the 36. They'll take it back to the 26-yard line. And Elwood kind of shot themselves in the foot there. They'll put the ball in play back near the 26-yard line. And they're going to have a long first down over.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Nathan Hawkins in at the other defensive end with Joe Vata. Nathan on the right and Joseph on the left.
So they spotted back at the 26. They'll move the box back to the 26. And it's going to be about first, and they're calling it 20. Might be closer to first and 18. So they'll break huddle. To the line of scrimmage is sophomore Century, wears number 73, Aiden Fox. Going to work under center is Jace Reese, calling the cadence. 2 in the backfield, pro set. Split out wide right. He'll give it to the second man through. That's the right halfback. And the Blue Devils going to stop him for a minimal gain.
Our middle linebacker, Chase Hussey, again, read that one out real well. But that's Blaze Jones. He's a shifty guy and has a lot of speed, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him.
So they'll spot it at the 27-yard line, 27-yard lines. Short gain. They're calling it second down, 18 on the board. Maybe closer to 16. I'm not trying to point blame anywhere. Please don't think I am. But the ball spotted at the 27 from the left hash, Elwood to the line of scrimmage. Split out wide right for the Elwood Panthers is junior Bracken Jetty. Going to line up under center. Tight bunch. They're in the backfield. Going to drop the throw. Going to roll left. Going to tuck the ball away, get what he can. That was quarterback Jace Reese. He'll get back to about the original stick. And it's going to be they'll need 10. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
And Chase Hussey yet again. He's very active already tonight, and I don't expect him even to slow down. He's got a motor that just goes from snap of the ball to the end of the game.
It's actually going to be 3rd and 12. Ball's at the left hash. Elwood Panthers traveling to the south. Game clock is at 3:53. Blue Devils are on the board first. They got 6. They got in the end zone. That was Dallas Captain to take it back. That was Springer, but they couldn't get the extra point. They tried to kick. Going to stop play right there. And it's going to be a timeout, Elwood, as the play clock was getting down there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, they did have. I didn't see the wide receiver far over by the opposite sidelines. I didn't know if they had 11 guys on the field, but I see that they did.
So what, Larry? We'll go ahead and mention this, and we'll be back to quota for halftime. We'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies. Put Me in Sports is so glad to have Discount Copies. They copy our large rosters that we use. They do depth charts. They do a lot of things. We'll mention Discount Copies. Conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. They are just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32 along State Road 32 at Discount Copies. They provide setup services. And we'll also mention where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards, posters, and oversized printing. Also available. planning a wedding, they can do all of your printing needs, necessary needs. You can reach them at 317-773-8783 or discount copies 96 at gmail.com. That's on the Gmail email. Going to roll out right. Pass play just over the outstretched hands. Trying to come up with the play there for the Elwood Panthers was 20, Blaze Jones, and he can move.
Yeah, they're definitely going to look for him because he's a big play type of a receiver or back. So I expect they're going to go to him quite a bit. No true freshman, but I tell you what, he's like I said, he's a great ball player.
So they're going to back up in punt formation once again. So 3:36 clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Late personal substitution in for Elwood. He's out on the line of scrimmage. He's inside the numbers. He's okay. Looking for the snap. Snap's good. Going to boot it out of there high. End over end. Going to be taken by Isaiah Mahaney. He'll down it at the 37-yard line. His knee touched. Did he a fair catch that?
I don't think he did, but better than one last week. We came up on it pretty hot and didn't make the catch. So he made sure that one was secure.
So the Blue Devils are going to take over 37-yard line, their own 37. They're going to line up between the hash marks, a little closer to the right hash there. Blue Devils are on the other side of the field. We are on the grandstand side. Fortunate enough to be setting up in the bleacher area at the top. Pretty good viewpoint right here. Going to line up in a slot right, slot left. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Calling the cadence, Dallas Capshaw. Going to have near motion. It's going to be Isaiah Mahaney. He'll get the jet sweep handoff. He'll break contain. He'll get outside the numbers. He's going to go. He might go the distance. Isaiah Mahaney's going to go to the house. He's going to get a 63-yard jet sweep for a touchdown for Mahaney.
Yeah, that's the Blue Devils number 20 speedster there, Isaiah Mahaney. And just as I was talking about Mr. Jones, Mr. Mahaney can take it to the house anytime he touches it as well. So nice run, well-blocked play as well.
Absolutely. I was going to mention that. Well blocked. We could have ran that in if we had some wheels.
Maybe you, not me.
Probably not me either. They'll line it up. They'll try to kick again. It's going to be Brogan Ferg. They got 25 seconds to get this done here. Cole Hussey. Snap. There's a hold. Going to go left of the uprights. Nope, it didn't go. It was a low elevation. Hard to hold right there.
Yeah, I think that one might have. Ferg didn't get much underneath that one, and I think that might have actually been partially blocked. I heard a thud and another thud. That usually means somebody got a piece of it.
You got to imagine that the hands of the holder got to be slick for sweat.
Yeah, mine are slick just holding these binoculars, so I imagine it's got to be trying to catch a football down there, but it's going to have a little glaze on it, humid night.
So Blue Devils have 12 here in the first quarter. 3:19 left. Blue Devils have had the football twice, and they've taken it to a capital score.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure Coach Stoll couldn't have scripted it any better for his team, and I'm sure Coach Morales is coaching them up right now, and getting them excited, and sometimes that can take the wind out of your sails. But if he's the man that I've heard of him being, I'm sure he's long from not giving up on this game. He's going to be after him.
Larry, I'm going to ask you, you're a middle school football coach. Do you walk out for each game and have 15 plays scripted?
Well, we try to not have them scripted, but we usually have about 30 plays we're going to maybe call. Out of those, maybe 20 we'll ever call in a game. I don't know that we necessarily have, this is going to be play 1, 2, 3, but we have our 10 or 12 that we like more than others, that's for sure.
So Blue Devils are going to boot the ball away. Official going to hand the football to number 54 for the Blue Devils. That's Nathan Hawkins. He likes to be called Nate. I'll take that back. He says Nathan. Yeah, he asked me, or I asked him at practice, what would you prefer to be called, Nate or Nathan? And he says Nathan. So we'll back up 6 yards, a little bit soccer style. Going to ask for the whistle. Nathan Hawkins, he's 6 foot tall, 215. Here comes the approach. There's the boot. Pretty good boost, center of the field, and be taken in the air this time at the 16. They'll go up the gut, and a good return once again by number 4, Jaden Mullins. Jaden Mullins got a good head of steam right there.
Yeah, and one of my favorite ball players, Hunter Watson, not big in stature, but he's a big in heart guy, and he always works hard. I love to see him getting in there on special teams and getting a couple, getting a hit on the ball carrier there. So,
okay, Elwood Panthers going to take it again. They'll put the ball in play right there. They'll spot it up at the 33-yard line to the line of scrimmage. Clock stopped at 3:14. First quarter, Blue Devils in front, 12-0. The lineup under center, once again, freshman quarterback Jace Reese. Where's number 6? Handoff, left side. Got a good burst of speed there. Goes left side, about 3-hole. Jaden Mullins, the ball carrier, you're going to pick up about 4 yards.
yeah, I think that was Hussey, and I believe, who was that? 21, Slade Springer. Got my tongue tied there for a second.
So ball spotted at 39-yard line after a gain of, they're calling it 4 on the board. It's closer to second downs 5 for the Elwood Panthers. So Panthers going to put the ball in play right here under center. Once again, Jace Reese. They'll hand off up the middle. They get a positive gain. He'll pick up 6. He needed 5. And again, Jaden Mullins, a good run, picks up a first down.
Once again, Chase Hussey from his inside linebacker and Dallas Capshaw from his safety position.
So ball spotted out to the 45-yard line. 45-yard line of Elwood, just inside the left hash. Clock moving, 2:20 left here in the first quarter. Blue Devils in front, 12-0. Third drive of the evening for the Panthers. The lineup under center. 2 in the backfield, pro set. Split out wide left, wide right. He'll hand off. No, he'll take the hand off, give you the second guy through. And the Blue Devils sniff it out. Going to be a loss as a tackle happens in the backfield right there, and it's a freshman.
That's Joe Vaughta again with the help of Brady Henderson, sophomore inside linebacker.
So second down 11. Second down 11. Bringing the play in from the sideline from the Elwood Panthers is 22, Tristan Harple. Tristan Harple, also a freshman. As Larry said, 16 freshmen for the Elwood Panthers. Just 3 seniors for Elwood, 7 seniors for Tipton. Going to line up under center once again. Jace Reese, pro set in the backfield. You're going to hand off left fullback, and that's Jace Mullins. Jaden Mullins, he'll spin off a would-be tackler. He'll get a positive gain of about 5. He'll take the ball to midfield.
Yeah, Dallas Capshaw came up to hit him, but he just powered right through him, and Joe Klauser ended up making the tackle on that.
They're going to call timeout here. Elwood Panther on the surface. We'll hope the best. They're going to walk across, check on him, and they'll attend to him. 1:08 on the game clock. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Ball is just across the 50 at the Blue Devil 49-yard line. And gentleman on the surface is laying on his front side, and he's sprawled out. He is not rolled over as of yet.
Now that's Jaden Mullins again, and he, sometimes when you run that hard, a guy's hanging on to you here and there, and another guy gets a free shot, and that can be pretty painful. So hopefully the young man will be all right. He'll pop up here and be able to continue play. He's been playing pretty well this game.
So they're checking on him. I know he had a good game last week, 47-6, 46-7, 47-6. They got the win last week at Southern Wells, and Mullins had some pretty good carries in that ball game.
Well, yeah, and being a senior leader on this team, I'm sure all these guys are looking at him and hoping he's better because obviously, how he goes, his team goes, and so we wish him the best.
That's not a good sign. He's walking off the field with help. He's keeping that right leg off the surface, and a couple of big coaches going to bring him off. They're going to pawn him off to a couple of classmates, maybe players. They're going to carry him off, and we don't like seeing that.
No, not at all. And like I said, he's you can tell they love him, and he's a leader here, and hopefully he can walk that off. Like I said, you get a guy around your ankles and two other guys hit you. Sometimes bad things happen. So we'll hope that's just a sprain. He can get some ice on it and come back, or if not this week, next week.
I mean, if coaches and coaches get together, I mean, they want to play against strength against strength. They want to beat the team at full strength.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell that, Elwood is they've always been a tough run downhill type of team, and that's what you're getting tonight from them.
So they line it up. Ball's at the 49-yard line of Tipton. Under center, quarterback, Chase Reese, the freshman. Two in the backfield. Pro set, split wide left, wide right. He's going to drop the throw. He's going to look out in the flat. He's open. He'll be intercepted. Skying for the football, undercutting the routes. Right there is Calvin Condit. And Calvin Condit putting together a repertoire of defensive moves.
I tell you, that's just the way you coach it for a defensive back, cut in front, high point the ball. Calvin's not a tall guy, but he's got some springs in those legs, and he went up and got that and just, took it right out of the guy's hand. It was a pretty well thrown ball, and the receiver had his eyes right on it, but Calvin cut in front and jumped up and got it.
He had to jump pretty high. I tell you what, he's not very tall.
No, he's not. He's, I think if 5'7", I think that's pushing it.
But I would say so. So the Blue Devils take over. 48-yard line, Blue Devil territory. They'll line up with trips to the left. That's a short side of field. Ball's at the left hash. Split out wide right is Garmin. Motion away is Jaron Aller. He'll block out in front for the running back. And I think that was about a 1-yard gain. Good pickup on the play, and that was Condit.
Yeah, that was Connor Wooten again, sophomore on the tackle, number 50, and he's letting his presence be known already in this game. He's made quite a few tackles.
So a gain of 1, second down 9, ball's at the 49-yard line. It's right there on the E logo. It's painted well. It's solid red, as mentioned. Blue outline, and yes, you can see the 50-yard line going through the red. The first quarter is going to empty out. So the Blue Devils and the Panthers going to take a breather, and they probably get a couple of extra minutes here. It's a warm night.
It's we had a game on Saturday, and it was just really deadly hot, and we had to have small teams in middle school and guys going both ways, and guys getting sick to their stomach and trying to hydrate them, keep them cool. But it's just hard to do. There's not a whole lot of wind. I feel a little bit at our back now that the sun's going down. But yeah, pretty hot time out there this evening.
And what next week, the weatherman's telling us it's going to be in the mid-70s. So we're going to like that. The football players will do just the same. They might practice all week with their pads.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. We need to, we at least with middle school, we need to get some hitting practice. But you hate to do it when it's so hot, and you have such a small team. You don't want guys getting injured in the in practice. But I think it's a lot cooler too on a grass field than that synthetic turf. That black fill in there can really heat up the turf. So I'm sure they're glad they're playing here at Elwood tonight on the grass than on the synthetic turf.
It's a nice field here today. Football on a Friday night all across the state of Indiana. So, well, Larry, we get a minute here. We'll talk about the top 10 NFL rushers, running backs of all time. You're looking at the list there. I see it.
I tell you, they're one of my favorite. I kind of was born in Ohio, but moved to Chicago when I was a youngster. And Gale Sayers at number 40. I don't think there's ever been a prettier back to watch than him. They called him Bambi for a reason.
So here we go. First play, second quarter. Blue Devils, slot right, wing left, shotgun snap. Dallas Caps are going to roll right. There's a flag on the play. Ball's going to come back. This play is going to go for nothing. And Landon Spidell is going to take a hit. They're going to probably offset the penalties here, I would think. But Landon Spidell gets inside the 30. They're spotting it at the 27. But the first flag is going to be on the Blue Devils. Second flag might be on Elwood. But they're going to have offsetting penalties. They'll have down over. It'll be 2nd and 9 again. And the umpire is going to let us know. Going to be illegal block in the back. And it's going to be declined. And evidently, the Blue Devils got both penalties. And they're going to call illegal. I don't know what that second was. Kumbaya.
I don't know. Well, I tell you what, I've been impressed with number 50 for the Panthers, Connor Wooten, the sophomore, he got all the way downfield from a defensive lineman position and made that tackle. And that's just hustling.
For sure. So the Blue Devils lose some yardage there. They get 2 penalties. They decline the first one. That was an illegal use of hands on the block. They backed it up 5 yards. They could have got 10. They could have got 10 yards out of the first penalty. They elected to take the 15, I guess, I'm not sure. They took the 5-yard penalty and not the 10.
Well, I don't know how that works unless they had to take the procedure penalty before the play started. It's the only thing I can figure.
Could have been. So Blue Devils have the ball at their own 44-yard line from the right hash. Trips to the left. Split out wide right. See him in the backfield. Connor, shotgun quarterback, takes a snap. Dallas Capshaw pitches it immediately left. Trying to break contain. He gets contain broke. He's back to about the normal line of scrimmage, pretty close too. And they'll play the ball right there at the 47 of Tipton.
Well, I tell you, Bracken Jetty, number 13, played that perfectly. He was unblocked at the left side defensive end, and he just flowed right down the line and waited for him to cut back, and he was right there in good position to make the tackle.
3rd down, 11 for the Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line from the left hash. Blue Devils traveling to the south. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw, see him in the backfield. Counted. Slot right, split left. Dropping the throw is Capshaw. You're going to roll out. You're going to tuck it away. You're going to go for what he can get. They'll get to the 50. They'll hold him up right there. He get a gain of about 3, but they're going to spot him at the 50-yard line. And let's see if there's going to be a late flag come in, Larry. Skyward. Late flag. We'll find out what the play is here, what the call. And the white-hatted official, unsportsmanlike conduct against Elwood. That's going to be a 1st down by penalty.
Yeah, it couldn't have been a late hit because Blaze Jones and Wooten again on the tackle, number 50, and neither one of those were late, and I didn't see him get hit after that, so it must have maybe somebody saying some words they shouldn't have said.
So they mark it from the 50. They nose it up to the 35-yard line of Elwood. From the left hash. Blue Devils huddle is way back there. So 10:27, clock stops for the moment. They'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10. Blue Devils at the Elwood Panther 35-yard line. They're going to start the clock now. 10:25. We're in a 2nd quarter. 12-0 contest. Blue Devils by 12. They're trying to put it in the end zone again. They have the ball at the Elwood Panther 35. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw. Split wide right, split wide left, double tight end. Single in the backfield. Calvin Condit calls the cadence, gets a snap, pitches it right. Condit looking to throw. He's going to tuck the ball away. He's going to get what he can. He was looking for Landon Spidell. Spidell looked to be open. I don't know why the throw wasn't made. Calvin Condit, let's double check in that right hand. He does. He has gloves on both hands.
And that was 2 sophomores again, Caden Wooten, and I believe that was Caden Simpson on the tackle as well, number 2.
Maybe Calvin couldn't get a grip, and he knew it. So he had to tuck it away because Landon Spidell was more wide open than he was last week.
Yeah, he surely was.
So they'll line up again. Ball's at the 38-yard line, 2nd down, 13 for the Blue Devils. Shotgun, dropping the throw. Look for a screen. He'll screen left. Defense is good. Calvin Condit is caught 4 yards in the backfield. And the Elwood Panthers sniffed that out in a hurry.
Yeah, Caleb Baumbauer from the defensive line, and I believe the other one was, I'm not sure who that was on the backside of that.
3rd down. They're calling 16. 3rd and 16 for the Blue Devils. Ball's out to the 41-yard line. Started this drive at the Elwood 35-yard line. So Blue Devils looking to get a 1st down, if not more. Trips to the right, split out wide left. Single in the backfield. Shotgun. Snap taken by Dallas Capshaw. Looking to throw. Across the middle, he's open. Isaiah Mahaney put a hand out there, got a touch on it, couldn't bring it in. You got to go after that ball.
Yeah, I think you got to leave your feet for that one.
Isaiah Mahaney, there was tight coverage there. It was a line drive type of throw. But that ball's got to be caught.
Yeah. I think he felt that safety closing in on him, and arms got a little short on him there.
So Blue Devils send out their punter first time this evening. They'll line up with gunners left and right. Mahaney right side. He's got some wheels. Snap comes in. Trying to boot it out of there. Nearly blocked by Elwood. High elevation. It's going to go bounce Blue Devil direction, and they're going to spot it at the 1. They're going to spot it at the 1, Larry. Say what? There's a lot of footwork involved there. They don't have the luxury of a replay. I'm sure they'd be replaying that in a college game.
I think that was Conaway and Slade Springer down there to touch that one. So yeah, they got a big hole to work out of here right here.
So ball spotted inside the 1. It is actually inside the 1, a 3/4 yard line, right up against the goal line for Elwood. Ball's basically in the middle of the field. Play clock is at 16. Clock moving down. Game clock is stationary at 8:14 for the change of possession. We're going to go under center. Freshman, Jace Reese. Where's number 6? He'll hand off. They're going to get out of there. They blow a whistle. Was it inadvertent? An inadvertent whistle. I heard the same thing. They're going to stop play. I don't know where the whistle came from. Was it from the crowd?
I have no idea if it was a loud whistle, so I'm not sure where it came from, but both teams stopped there for a second, so everybody down there heard it too.
Well, Jaden Mullins is back in the game. He's got that ankle wrapped. He was on his way.
Yeah, I saw him going into the locker room under his own control, so, they must have taped it up and got him back in there.
Tell you what, this whistle can only hurt Elwood.
Like I said, I'm not sure he would have got that big of a gain, but both teams definitely stopped and had don't know where that whistle came from or what, but it was loud enough for us to hear it, and obviously everybody on the field heard it, but none of the refs wanted to take credit for it. So
it was a whistle without the ball in it. We could tell that.
I am not sure, if somebody's got that real high-pitched whistle somewhere, but I'd sure be searching both sidelines to find out where that's coming from.
Well, Larry, let's go ahead and mention top NFL running backs of all time. At number 10, Earl Campbell. Who did he play for?
Oh, Houston Oilers and Texas Longhorns. He was they played for the Saints as well, yeah.
It said he had 34-inch thighs.
I don't doubt that. He ran over many a person in the NFL, but see him today. He's in a wheelchair. He's having a hard time, and you just can't take that many hits without it having that kind of effect on your body.
He wore number 34. Wearing number 28 at number 9, Marshall Falk. Who do you play for?
Yeah, Rams and Colts. I think he played for somebody else at the end of his days too. Did he not? I'm not sure. Yeah,
he was a player.
Yeah, he was for both teams.
I'd say about the time I was at a Pacer game at halftime, and I was walking around the perimeter of the court. A lot of people doing that. Going the other way, I passed Marshall Falk. I said, Marshall, can I get a signature? He said, I'm not signing tonight.
Well, they've got a right to enjoy a basketball game like everybody else, I guess. So, I've met a couple of them that have been very gracious, and Eric Dickerson being one of them at the Pro Football Hall of Fame when he was inducted took my son when he was 8 or 9 years old, and just a great guy.
That's awesome. The shot, going to take it out of bring it out the end zone. Blue Devils going to knock him out at the 1. And playing good defense there. Dallas Capshaw knocks him out at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and Joe Klauser kind of came in a little late there. He's got to watch himself on those sideline dives.
So Blaze Jones, according to you, freshman. Man, he's got a lot of upside right here at Elwood.
Yeah, he sure does. And you look at him, and he looks like he's probably a sophomore. He's not a huge guy, but he's he's well put together.
Second down, they're calling it 8, balls at the 3. Elwood Panthers to the line of scrimmage. Center, Aiden Fox. They'll line up with a tight end left, split right. They're sending it from the under center. He'll keep the ball himself. Jace Reese. He'll pick up 1. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Actually, I think he handed that ball off to AJ Flanagan, number 3, a sophomore.
My air prog. So ball's at the 4-yard line. 7:01. They don't want to really punt back of the end zone. That's a difficult way to go.
Yeah, it is, but hopefully they can give themselves a little room, if not get a first down here.
They punt deep like this, they could take a safety. It does happen to keep the major score away from the goal line.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would want to do that this early in the game, but I'm sure they're going to try to get a first down here.
I saw Smitty do that in middle school. Handoff up the middle. He's going to be down at the 1.5. They may take a safety, Larry. I'm not sure. But they're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. 4th down. It's 4th and 11. Take that back, 4th and 9. And they're going to back him up to the end line. If he drop steps, it's a safety, but he may take one.
I guess the way I look at this, why give them 2 when you're, even with a good punt, Devils are probably going to get the ball at the 35 or 30. So, make them work a little harder for it.
Let's see. Sammy, the brand new coach. Complications trying to get him to go off sides. You're going to punt it out of there. They'll punt it from 5 yards deep. The boot will happen. Isaiah Mahaney picks it up at the 38. He's inside the 30, inside the 20, at the 15-yard line, Isaiah Mahaney. Blue Devils will get the ball at the 16. They'll start in the red zone of Elwood via the good return from Isaiah Mahaney.
Yeah, freshman Nathan Bixby there on the tackle, wide receiver and defensive back, and made a nice tackle. Isaiah was shut a couple blocks there before Bixby got a hold of him.
So 5:34 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils still on top, 12-0. All 12 of those points came in the first quarter. 5:34 left. Blue Devils have the ball at the Elwood 16 at the left hash. Blue Devils going to line up slot right. Gorman in the slot. Split out wide right is Landon Spidell. Double tight end. Jaron right side. Ridgeway left side. Handoff up the middle. Calvin Condon. He'll get it to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Blue Devils.
Boy, a really good block there, I should say, by, who was that? I'm pulling a blank, AJ.
That's all right.
That's Big Jack Roach. Yeah, hit number 72. That's a couple of big men going down, but he really put him on his back, pancake, and opened up a big hole.
Jack Roach, 6'4", 270, left tackle. He'd be making big money in the NFL left tackle. Right-handed quarterback. Handoff to the 1-yard line, Calvin Condon. They're going to spot him at the 2. The Blue Devils going to have it 2nd and goal from the 2.
Caden Sampson coming up from his defensive back position there. Shoestring tackle probably kept him out of the end zone.
So they use the 40-second clock. 4:48 on the game clock. Clock is moving. We're in the second quarter. Blue Devils have it closer to the right hash. 2-yard line. 2nd and goal from a 2. Dallas Capshaw going to line up in a shotgun. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Slot left. Garmin is in the slot. Tight end right, tight end left. Going to hand off. Calvin Condon going to fake the handoff. Going to give it to himself. Calls his own number. Dallas Capshaw takes it to the corner. He was not touched.
Yeah, I think Dallas might have seen that blitz coming up the middle and just decided, no, I'm not going to hand it off for no gain. I'll just keep a hold of it and go outside and score 6.
You think you really decided not to hand off?
I think so. That they were showing both the safety and the middle linebacker blitz right up on the line of scrimmage. And, Dallas is a pretty intelligent guy. He's been playing a couple years of quarterback here. So I think he saw that and said, I'll just, I'll take Coach Toll's wrath if it doesn't work. But I think he called his own number there.
Back in the day, I was scared to death to do that.
Well, it's sometimes you just gotta beg forgiveness, I guess, and ask for permission.
Here we go. Shotgun. Going to go for 2. Going to be a flag. Going to stop play. It's going to be illegal procedure. Somebody on the line of scrimmage. Blue Devil moved first. So they'll back it up to the 8-yard line. That's going to give them more room for the passing game.
Yeah, I think they're going to get another chance, which is going to be actually in the Blue Devils' benefit because it was not a well-thrown ball for an incompletion, but they're going to get another shot at it.
Yeah, I think Dallas Capshaw heard the whistle and then kind of threw the ball away. But they're going to back it up to the 8-yard line. And Blue Devils going to try for the point after touchdown. They're going for 2. It's an 18-0 contest. Blue Devils in front. We're in the second quarter. 4:23 left. Here in the second quarter, Mahaney enters the ball game. Jaron Aller jogs off the field. So Mahaney going to line up in a receiver type of role. They're going to send far right side Landon Spidell. They're going to go a double slot. Mahaney's in the slot right side. Shotgun quarterback. Dallas Capshaw calls a cadence. Drops. Going to roll left. Looking to release it. He's going to let it go in the end zone. He's open. Wide open. Say what? Well done right there. Wide open was Oliver Conaway.
Yeah, Dallas, I think, put that defensive back in a bad position. You know, there was nobody containing him on the outside, so he took a couple quick steps towards the line of scrimmage and brought that defensive back up, and Oliver was wide open back in the corner.
So Oliver Conaway took a hard shell catch off that left wrist.
Yeah, it looks like he did.
All right, Larry, here you go. Here's your man. He wears number 40. He's number 8 all-time running back in the NFL, Gale Sayers.
Yeah, like I said, he made some moves that just defied gravity, and I always watch. I love watching his replays because I've never seen a guy move like that with a football.
I tell you what, you'll remember this. Brian Song, Brian Piccolo, Gale Sayers, a must-see.
Absolutely, it's football is a lot bigger than a game. You know, it's about the friendships that you have playing the game, and that's a great story, and also a racial at a time when things weren't quite like they were today. And so always try to catch that when it's on TV.
Man, I'm getting these spiritual chills right now on my legs and on my arms. Got to see that movie, Brian Song. Check it out. James Cain recently went to heaven.
Yep, absolutely. James Caan. Yeah, he one of my favorite actors as well.
So here comes the boot. Blue Devils going to kick the ball away. 40-yard line. There's the whistle. Here comes the boot. Pretty good elevation. End under end. It's going to bounce at the 20. Going to lay there and maybe lost off the hands. And the Blue Devils appear to have the football at the Elwood 20-yard line, and they do.
Yeah, that's Oliver Conaway again jumping on it. It just took a kind of short hop on the receiver and couldn't handle it. That's unfortunate for the Panthers.
So they'll spot it at the 21-yard line. Blue Devils going to have the football. And then they'll have it from the left hash. 4:18 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils in front 20-0. And they're going to try to put it in the end zone again. Last week, did they get 20 first half or 27?
I think they had 20 at the half. Yeah. So that was Jaden Mullins again. That ball just looked like Jaden was expecting that ball to bounce up a little bit, and it kind of skidded on the turf there, almost like moisture on the turf. But unfortunate bounce for him.
So they'll line up in a shotgun. Split out wide right is Oliver Conaway. Trips to the left. Here comes near motion. Isaiah Mahaney going to get the handoff in the backfield. Calvin Condon. He'll get near the 20. They'll spot him there. He'll pick up about a half a yard.
Well played again by number 75, Caleb Bombauer, senior defensive lineman there.
So they do spot it back to the 21. It's still going to remain 2nd and 10. Jogging back into the huddle right there is Dallas Capshaw. Clock moving, 3:52. Second quarter, 2nd down 10 for the Blue Devils at the Elwood Panther 21-yard line. Ball's in the middle of the field. Split out wide right is Landon Spidell. Tight end right is Jaron Aller. Split out wide left. They have tight end left. Stick him in the backfield. Calvin Condon. Shotgun snap taken. You gonna roll right. Pass play. Right side caught. Couldn't bring it in. Kind of looked ahead right before he put the ball away.
Landon kind of made the cardinal sin of a receiver there. He was looking where he was going to go instead of at the ball. So I'm sure he'll shake that off and make a better play in the future.
They've got those drills where you see the ball in and put it away. See it in, put it away.
Yeah, I tell you, the funniest story I ever heard of that was when Chris Carter was with the Vikings, and he brought in a Portalette to training camp, and she was a big wide receiver from West Virginia, from Marshall. Yeah, but he'd stand there and they'd open the door and throw him balls, and they'd catch it in the door open. Yeah, Randy Moss.
Gonna roll right, pass play, Conda. Capshaw, he took it away. He'll try to get what he can. He's inside the 25. Inside the 15. Let's spot him at the 14. And I'm blocking out in front, Dallas Capshaw. You're going to get to the 14-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, I think, Coach Shear might talk to his quarterback about taking that many hits, because he was a pinball machine. It'd probably be easier to say who was not on the tackle there for the Panthers than who was on it, because I think about 6, 7 guys got a shot at him.
So what, Larry? Chris Carter, my favorite receiver.
Yeah. Randy Moss, back to the story, Randy Moss didn't know what was his Portalette doing. And Chris Carter said, have the quarterback throw the ball, and you open the door right when the ball was getting there, and Chris Carter would be sitting in the Portalette and quick hands just catch that thing. And Randy Moss had never seen anything like that.
How about Chris Carter's brother, Butch Carter? Played for the Indiana Pacers, and he inducted him. He was their presenter for Chris Carter in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at things like that, and genetics have a lot to do with it. You look at Sterling Sharp and Shannon Sharp, 2 brothers both in the Hall of Fame. And, when you're raised with the same genetics and the same work ethic, those things can happen sometimes. And when it does, it's a special thing.
So the Blue Devils run the clock down from a 40-second clock. They take it down to almost 0 and call a timeout. There's 2:14 left. Blue Devils are wanting to score here and leave very little time on the clock for the Elwood Panthers. How about this, Larry? We'll go to number 7. Number 7 all-time leading rusher. We'll call the running back. He wore number 32, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any jokes on that one about being a slashing runner, but we'll leave that one alone.
I tell you what, O.J. Simpson could run the football. He played for the Bills, and back in those days, their helmets were a piece of nothing.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny story was when Ohio State was playing USC in the Rose Bowl that year when Ohio State won the national championship. Who was the Notre Dame's coach? Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz was a defensive backs coach for Woody Hayes at Ohio State. A lot of people don't know that, but like the last play of the first half, OJ took it like 78 yards for a touchdown. And Lou Holtz said, I'm trying to get off the field, and I see Coach Hayes. He's just beat red. He's running over at me. He says the veins popping in his neck. He says, he grabs me by the shirt, and he says, Coach, he said, why did OJ just run for 78 yards? He said, I couldn't think of anything better to say. He said, well, that's all the farther he had to go, Coach.
That's good. Avis in the airport. So they're going to get back to live action here. Timeout is over. 2:14 left. There's the whistle. Play clock begins to 20 seconds now. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Conley. Trips to the left, split out wide right is Conway. Shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. You're going to pitch it left. Look like a run pass option. Looking to split. You're going to go the other direction. Calvin Condit inside the 5, and a late flags. 2 of them come in. They're simultaneous for a late hit on Calvin Condit.
I tell you what, too, that was a dangerous play. It was an option pitch and came at the last second, and Calvin almost didn't get a handle on it, but then made something out of it. But that could have been disastrous for the Blue Devils if there was a fumble right there.
So they're going to let us know. 2 flags. I'm sure they were representing the same ball. The flag's at the 5. They'll go half the distance to the goal line. Just a 2.5-yard penalty. It can be a face mask, actually. So same result, but it's only a 2.5-yard penalty.
Well, again, another funny story. I remember back when Howard Cosell was doing Monday Night Football, and Alex Karras was one of the color commentators, and the team was down on the 3-yard line, and a guy was about to run it in, and I think a defensive back just grabbed him by the face mask and threw him down, and Howard Cosell obviously was appalled, and Alex Karras said, I think that's a great play. He said, what did he get, a half-a-yard penalty? He said, saved a touchdown? He said, great play. I'd have done the same thing. And Howard was beside himself.
I got Alex Karras for you here in a moment. Shotgun formation, Dallas Capshaw. Calvin Condit in the backfield, slot left. He's going to hand it to Calvin Condit. He'll go left side. He's in the end zone. He fell down about the 5-yard steep. touchdown Tipton. It's a 26-0 contest. But Alex Karras played the middle of the field for the Detroit Lions. He was trying to block that kick that Tom Dempsey hit from 63 yards. When he hit the kick and it was good, Alex Karras asked the official, did they have helium in that ball?
Yeah, that sounds like something Alex would do. And he became a pretty big star in Hollywood and Blazing Saddles and some other movies and things. So, yeah, funny man.
That story came from my dad. My dad let me know that one. So can't take credit. Credit is where it's due. So they're going to line up 3-yard line. They'll go for 2. 26-0, 145 left, 1 untimed down. Calvin Condit in the backfield. They're going to call stop play. The Blue Devils are going to call a timeout. Blue Devils call a timeout. I didn't see what the play clock was at. But they're going to call a timeout. I think that's 2. They have 1 remaining here in the first half. 145 left. And here's your guy, Larry, number 6, all-time best running back ever, according to this poll. Number 29, Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, my favorite story with him, my son Matt, I think he was 9 years old when some greats were inducted in the Hall of Fame. We decided to drive over to Canton the night before and stay in a little hotel, one of those little ones that they don't have anymore, and went to and we were walking through and they kind of had the picture there where the bust was going to be before the ceremony. And all of a sudden, here comes Eric Dickerson walking over to where his bust was going to be. And, I said, Mr. Dickerson, could we take a picture? And he got down on his knee right before his bust was ever in, Canton in the hall, down on one knee with my son, took a picture. And I'll always remember that. He was very gracious, especially on that day, where was probably one of the biggest days of his life to recognize a kid. So I thought the world of that.
Rec Specs. I wore Rec Specs. He wore Rec Specs, and I found out he had terrible eyesight.
Yeah, those were pretty thick, as I remember, yeah.
Mine are too. Got these new glasses today. I'm very thankful. So they're going to line up from the 3-yard line, point after touchdown. They'll go for 2. Dallas Capshaw, the quarterback. They'll go wing left with Landon Spidell split out wide right. They're going to pitch it left side. Mahaney walks in. Mahaney walks in left side about the 5-hole, and the Blue Devils even out the scoreboard at 28 points.
Yeah, that was a pretty well blocked play again. Not much that Isaiah had to do there, but just run straight ahead. And so, yeah, pretty big lead here in the waning moments of the first half. But like I said, I'm sure the Panthers don't have any quit in them. And Coach Morales will have them coming out the second half, giving their very best, I'm sure.
And number 5, running back, NFL all-time, war number 21, LaDainian Tomlinson. He played for 2 teams. Can you name them?
Chargers and I'm not sure. Jets. Okay. Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson. I think, well, you've probably seen him talk. He is the nicest mannered young man I've ever seen.
Yeah, he sure is, and does a great job when he is on TV. Doing some analysis and things like that. And yeah, he wasn't a very big guy, but he sure ran hard.
All right, here's number 4. Played for the Cowboys, wore 22, Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, I tell you what, every Cowboy fan will remember him. But I'll tell you what, that team had a lot of Hall of Famers. Troy and Aikman and any number of them. So he wasn't the only weapon on that team.
Aikman was 1-15 his first year, but Emmitt Smith always carried the football in his left arm. Always.
And I realize that, but he wasn't known for fumbling very many times.
That was his strong arm. Ball's going to land, going to be picked up off a hop. Jaden Mullins back near the 15-yard line. He'll take it out to beyond the 20. Jaden Mullins is going to give Elwood Panthers the football, and they're going to spot it, I guess, near the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I'm sure that ankle is still not 100%, and Jaden just decided, that extra yard or 2 just wasn't worth the contact, and I don't blame him much on that.
So 1:43 on the game clock. It'll start on the snap. Elwood Panthers have the ball in their possession. Right hash, 17-yard line. 28-0 advantage for the Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. center, number 73, Aiden Fox. He got a couple of sophomores to his right, Gage Benton, the guard, and Connor Wooten, the tackle. Going to pitch it left side. Looking to break contain. You're going to work it in. You get out to the 19-yard line. Ball carrier was Blaze Jones. And Jones takes a hit. He'll get up slowly. But Jim Brown got up slowly.
Yeah, he said they don't pay me to run back to the huddle. They pay me to run with the ball. So, yeah, that's classic Jim Brown.
That's a good one. 1:18, clock moving. Second quarter. Blue Devils and the Panthers. Ball's in play. Going to spot it right there at the 18-yard line. And Aiden Fox, he moves that ball forward when he gets down there and puts the ball in his hand. Got to be careful. Under center, hands off, up the middle. Little gain, not much. Blue Devils right there. Again, the freshman.
Yeah, Joe Vaughtal, like I said, he's got a motor. He's not the biggest guy to play defensive line, but he's country strong and a wrestler, and he's a good leverage guy.
Coleman going to get a break in the action here on third down. Clock's moving, 36 seconds. Play clock's at 24. They got to snap it. It's not an incomplete pass. This may be the last play of the second quarter. In the backfield, Mullins, he's caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Joseph Vaughtal yet again making a nice play.
Elwood might have called timeout. So they want another play. 21.3, I think they may have. Ball is at the 12-yard line. They're going to put it at the 13. Timeout, Tipton. Tipton called timeout. They want to put another score on the board before halftime. And you know, whatever one team can get in the first half, why can't the other team get the same in the second?
Well, I tell you, I think, one of the Coach Toll mentioned it that pregame, they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit, whether that was, South Adams playing tougher or Tipton, not being very creative in that fourth quarter. But I'm sure that stuck with him, and, he's going to step on the throat if he can tonight.
Next week, Blue Devils going to travel to Twin Lakes. They're going to do battle with a Kevin O'Shea. Kevin O'Shea next week on Tuesday going to turn 59.
Oh, there's a name that's been around Indiana high school football for a long time, down in Noblesville, and I don't know where else was he. I think, North Central. So he knows what he's doing up there. Going back to, I guess that's where he was brought up. His home stomping ground. So I'm sure he'll have him ready.
He's a McCutcheon grad. He went to Central Catholic, 110-10. He had a 48-game win streak there. It included 3 state titles, which I'm almost certain is part of the reason we have a success factor now.
Yeah, I'm sure so. Yeah, you don't put together a record like that without having, little knowledge of the game of football.
So they're going to line up in punt formation. They're going to stand near the goal line. Going to be a 12-yard snap. He'll stand at the 1 now. He'll step up. 21 seconds left. Looking for a snap. Going to boot it out of there. Line drive boot. It's going to bounce once again. Dallas Capshaw going to try to pick it up at the 50-yard line. He will. He'll get it to the 45 to about the 47. Capshaw on the return. The scoreboard clock is at 8.2. Scoreboard clock is stationary. It won't start till the snap. Let's see what the Blue Devils have up their sleeve.
Well, if you got a double reverse or something funky like that, now would probably be the time to bring it out.
I know they have a hook and ladder. Saw that several times. I've always liked watching that play.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's done right, it's fun to watch. If it's done wrong, it's terrible to watch.
Remember the Miami Dolphins introduced that play to us, playing the Chargers in that overtime game. I think it was Nat Moore, wasn't it, that scored it?
I'm not sure who it was, but I remember that game because it was, I remember Kellen Winslow and all those guys about to be dragged off that field.
Kellen was carried off. He was exhausted. Trips to the right. Shotgun. Timeout called. Might be Elwood. Elwood saw the alignment. It's about like a basketball game. You want to see the alignment? Call your timeout.
Well, you can't take them with you and carry them over to the second half, so you might as well use it.
So defensive coach is out there coaching up the Elwood Panthers. Okay, next guy on the list, he's number 3, Barry Sanders. Wore number 20 for the
Detroit Lions, yeah, and all those years with the Detroit Lions didn't have much of a team, but Barry, but they were fun to watch. He still, makes them incredible as far as spin moves and bouncing off, ricocheting off of guys. And some people believe he would have been the all-time rusher if he'd not retired early. And several years after, he still looked like he was fit as a fiddle, could go out there and do it again. And I'm sure some people thought he might, but he was content with his career.
I think I might have said this before, but his dad preferred that he did not spike the football after a touchdown. You never see him spiking the ball.
Well, that's kind of a Paul Brown-ism too. He says, act like you've been there before. So,
So here we go. Blue Devils, shotgun, 8.2 left. Dallas Capshaw dropping a throw. Looking, surveying, looking in a roll left. He's going to try to let one go. He won't. He'll get out of bounds with 1.6 left. Capshaw was looking, but the defensive coverage was good.
Yeah, it looked like they had, a bunch of defensive backs back there and, playing center field. So, he just decided to take it and step out of bounds without taking a hit with it, which was another wise decision.
So ball spotted back at the 41. You wonder, will they go for another long pass or will they just down it and go on into halftime? We'll find out. It's getting ready to happen. 1.6 left. Trips to the right. Landon Spidell to go to Garmin. Isaiah Mahaney. Split out wide left, dropping a throw out of the shotgun. 50-yard line, going to release one. Be a long pass. It couldn't be caught. Wouldn't be caught. They try to find Ridgeway. Ridgeway on a skinny post, and it goes incomplete. We are at halftime. Pretty good halftime. We'll mention, Larry, Blue Devils and the Panthers going to jog off. It's not terribly hot right now.
No, it cooled off incredibly once that sun went down. And even get a little bit of breeze, so I'm sure this second half is going to be much more pleasant as far as temperature wise for both teams. So we'll looking forward to another hard fought half of football here. So we'll see what transpires.
And we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention support sponsors. We hope that you will benefit these support sponsors. We hope you'll listen. We'll be back.
Oh my God, my hands full.
Tonight, the Panther Band is presenting Choose Joy, the 2024 Indiana State Fair Band Aid Show. This year's show features the music A Sky Full of Stars, Viva La Vida, originally performed by Coldplay. As the fall progresses, the band will add a final number for the 2024 Instrument Open Class B show. The Panther Band placed 23rd at this year's Indiana State Fair Band Day, and last weekend they received a gold rating of the Institute of Showcase. In addition to the gold rating, the Panther Band received two additional awards, for completion in music, and second one for visual achievement. We hope you enjoyed tonight's performance of the State Fair show, Choose Joy. Ladies and gentlemen, the mighty marching Panther Band.
Basketball, I got your help with basketball. Yeah, definitely. I can't help Purdue get beat by Indiana State.
car. Broadcast looking right now for 45. All right, text me back, please. Thank you, bud. Also, in part, being brought to you by Scott and Joe. School makes a difference. School makes a difference. It's obvious what a difference school can make. As a typical high school graduate, and gearing up to play football on the Blue Devils O-line, tackle position and the guard position. And now, as a member of a family who grew up in a family who has lived in the Tipton County community for my whole life. Will mention, they are now approaching, as a family, the bicentennial plateau in Tipton County. They're proud to serve local farmers. Scott Gadshaw will help you with excavation, drainage, demolition, clearing of farm road fences, and fence row maintenance. Happy to support the Blue Devil Nation, then, now, and forever. Signed, Scott G. The winner of tonight's contest is Encompass Credit Union. Looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are? Welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central's Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, we believe in putting our members first.
Whether you're looking for that lower rate on loans or the higher rates on savings or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, we've got you covered. Join us today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares. With branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo, we're here to serve you and our community. Let's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit us online at encompasscu.org or at any of our convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. And tonight's ball game is also being brought to you by Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers, they're in Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton. They're right next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers is located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-9720. That's Hope Jewelers. They're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. And they're open on Saturday, 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. And also, this ball game tonight is being brought to you by The Shack. The Shack. Hey, Blue Devil fans. Looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Swing by The Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. We've got something for every team member. Whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or ready to tackle a Shack stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. And that's not all. We've got your game day staples like cold beers, refreshing cocktails, and our loaded spiral potatoes. Bring your game face, your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at The Shack. Located at 311 East Jefferson Street in Tipton. Check out us on Facebook and stay up to date on specials and events. See you. Brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling. Think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softening, and dredging. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling at 765-292-2315. Again, that number is 765-292-2315. Or visit Rutledge Well Drilling on the web at rutledgewelldrilling.com. That's in Atlanta, Indiana. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. And made by Rutledge Well Drilling. Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage. It's brand new. Arcadia, Indiana, the Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage. They have indoor and outdoor storage with flex storage availability. You can call them to reserve your space now for that safe and secure storage space location. Indoor storage for your boat, RVs, or your precious automobile. You can call Mercedes, a Jaguar, etc. Or outdoor storage always available. To contact our industrial park and self-storage, simply go online at the web. It's www.aips Indiana.com. Again,
Rap,
that's AIPS. Indiana.com. Or call them by phone at 317-774-1500. Again, 317-774-1500. That's our team. That's the real part. It's self-storage. It's right there by the arcade ballpark.
again. Wrap. A regular truck.
Yeah.
Without the handicap, 2,500. Well, the thing is, this FJ, if you remember, it's got, I'll show you. It's got a lot of them.
Well, we're at halftime. We'll mention we appreciate you listening, and we'll let you know that the very beginning of those support sponsors was all my fault. I am plugged into my realistic tape recorder. It had two particular spots that I could plug into, and I plugged into the incorrect spot. I apologize. We'll try to make that up for those who didn't get their advertisement mentioned. But we do appreciate you tuning in. And 38 seconds on the game clock. Almost the end of halftime. Teams are getting stretched out. They might put the 3 minutes back on. And Larry's talking about getting a vehicle wrapped. So the clock's getting ready to empty out. Both teams, it looks like the Elwood Panthers are ready to go. Getting stretched out. We'll mention out there in front of us is number 12, Nathan Bixby. He's a wide receiver. Where's number 12? He's a freshman. He's working on his calf muscles right there, getting stretched out. And so they put the 3 minutes back on the clock. So they're letting him get stretched out. They put the extra 3 minutes on, and that's a good thing. And there were a lot of festivities going on here tonight. The concession stand is full. The Lions Club, they're selling items right there. I tell you what, that Lions Club, whichever town you're talking about, they are perfect.
Yeah, I tell you, they had a lot of baked goods down there, kind of mouth-watering as I came in. They're probably not going to have anything left when I leave, but should have probably got something on the way up.
They've got everything. And the field, Larry, this field looks absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it's been pretty dry up here, but they've definitely, as you mentioned earlier in the game, looks like in between the hashes in the middle of the field might have even been resod because it's quite a bit greener than the sidelines, but the whole field looks great.
So clock moving. We're under 2 minutes left, stretching out. Say what we should mention to the audience that you get back in on putmeinsports.com the regular way. But I got to mention you go straight to YouTube. When you go to YouTube, you're not going to be able to watch it. You can see the Blue Devil logo at the top, but you can listen at YouTube. And when we began the broadcast, you probably had to wait a little bit because we didn't start exactly at 6:20 when we got the call, because we're not quite logging in the same as we usually do. Please bear with us, but that doesn't mean you cannot hear the ball game, because you can hear the ball game in its entirety. And Blue Devils are in front right now, 28-0. Blue Devils probably trying to get another 7 points on the board.
Yeah, I'm sure. And also, you didn't mention, but if crowds aren't listening tonight live, they can always listen on replays on putmeinsports.com as well. Just log in there and click on the game you want to hear, and can listen to it at your leisure.
Might be a good game next week. We'll see. Got to mention Twin Lakes. Kevin O'Shea were defeated last week. I tell you what, it's not a given for him to coach and win. He likes to win. He doesn't like to lose. But I will mention, when he left Central Catholic and went to North Central, he brought North Central out of a cellar.
Yeah, they had not been quite the way they were when he was there before. So, yeah, he turned some things around there.
So getting ready to boot it away right now, Elwood Panthers. Blue Devils going to receive. Here comes the approach, 9-yard approach. Here comes the boot. Pretty good boot, low elevation, going to be taken in the air by Mahaney at the 18-yard line. On the return, to go up the middle. Looking for blocking out front. You'll take it out beyond the 30 to about the 34-yard line. And Blue Devils will put the ball in play. First possession of the second half. It's going to be at the 34, 1st and 10.
Yes, Deacon Greg, number 9 on the tackle there for the Panthers.
So ball spotted, 34-yard line. Middle of the field. Dallas Capshaw into the huddle, checks his wristband. Calls the play. Big Jack Roach out there, left tackle. And then right out there at the right guard is big number 70, Riley Coleman. So shotgun formation, see him in the backfield, slot right, slot left. Motion away is Mahaney. He'll get the handoff on a jet sweep. He'll have to back up a little bit, and he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage. Long, late flag comes in, Larry. Late flag on the play, and Mahaney was caught in the backfield. That play wasn't going to work as good as it did in the first half. But they're going to talk this over. The umpire and the line judge.
Brackenjetti on the tackle. Looks like a possible face mask or horse collar on the defense. So it'll be a unsportsmanlike conduct.
Horse collar. You got to have some good eyes to call that horse collar. Sometimes you got the shirt, but you got to have them fingers inside the shoulder pads.
And definitely the way Mahaney went down, I could tell he got him from the backside.
So the play goes for good. Mahaney's okay. They'll get another first down. They'll take it out to the 49-yard line of Tipton from the left hash. Blue Devils are at the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. They have a play. Slot going to go trips to the right. Dallas Capshaw shotgun straight behind him. Now he moves to his right is Calvin Condit. He'll take the snap. Condit going to get the fake. And Dallas Capshaw are going to dive it forward. Capshaw shrugs off a pretty good initial hit on the play. He's not going to get a gain there. He's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, I tell you, you don't want to do that very much with Caleb Baumbauer, number 75, and number 62. Who's that?
62 on the play.
Sylvester. That's probably about 500 pounds of flesh on top of him there. It's not what a quarterback wants, I'm sure.
Dallas Capshaw, he's not real big. He's 5'10", 150, but he has a big heart. Shotgun. Take the snap, hands off. Actually, in the ball game, it's number 2, Quinn Toll. They're going to drive the play forward. They're getting into positive side of the field, and the Blue Devils are going to get another first down. They'll take it to the Elwood Panther 37-yard line. And Dallas Capshaw jogging in. Quinn Toll jogging in. So Capshaw and Toll on the field at the same time. Looks like Quinn's going to be the quarterback.
That looked like Powell on the tackle for the Panthers.
So Dallas Capshaw going to line up in a slot. Left side, split out wide left is Landon Spidell. Ridgeway split out wide right, and Gorman in the slot right side. Shotgun taken by Toll. He'll throw it right side. Not a bad pass. Looking for Dallas Capshaw a little bit out in front of him. I tell you what, Toll can release the ball and throws a good spiral.
Yeah, he does. He let him a little bit too much on that. I don't know whether he threw it away with him being he was covered pretty tightly, so he might have thrown that ball a little bit outside on purpose.
So they respot it. 37-yard line of Elwood. 2nd down 10. Quinn Toll checks the wristband. He called the play. Second half, 10:21 on the game clock. Blue Devils break the huddle, clap in unison. They're going to line up in a slot right. Dallas Capshaw is way off the ball. He's going to go motion, deep motion. He's going to get a pass in the flat. On the motion, he'll take it out near the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And Dallas Capshaw had some speed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the way I'd be wanting to use my starting quarterback there. I mean, getting Quinn Toll, a freshman, some throws in, but maybe throw it to somebody else next time.
28-0 advantage. Pretty good words there, Larry. We're going to line up in a shotgun. Dallas Capshaw, slot right. Slot left. Dropping the throw is Toll. You're going to work it left side. Pass is caught inside the 30. Near the 28-yard line. Dakota Garmin goes up and makes the catch, high points it.
Yeah, but not enough for the first down. So we'll see if they go for it on 4th and approximately 2. Looks like they are.
4th and less
and
than
1.
2. 30 or 28-yard line. Going to go across the line of scrimmage. It looks like Quinn Toll pulled them off sides with a count.
Yeah, he's been known to do that. He's a sly guy. He ran that a couple times last year for us, and he's got that little bit of not really a yeah, I saw lightning too. No, not at all.
But he don't want lightning for sure.
He does a pretty nice little kind of off-speed bark there, and I think he got him.
So ball spotted at the 23, got a free first down as Quinn Toll's cadence pulled Elwood Panthers off sides. So Quinn Toll, shotgun, single man in the backfield is Springer. Slot right, slot left. Dallas Capshaw on the slot left side, motion. He'll catch the ball on the right side, and Capshaw going to try to dive it inside. And I'm like you, Larry. We sure don't want Dallas Capshaw taking hits.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought process there. That was Gabe Gallegos. I'm sorry, Gallegos on the hit again. Freshman, another standout player from the freshman class for the Panthers making the tackle.
You know, Capshaw wants to play. It's evident, and I would too if I was a senior.
Oh, so would I. But you got to be as a coaching staff. You got to, it's a long season. It's the only second game, so you want to preserve that.
Twin Lakes is going to take some work this week to prepare for them.
Well, I'm sure they will, and I'm not sure what Twin Lakes have, but I'm sure Kevin O'Shea always has some kind of packages to worry about.
Shotgun, Quinn Toll, trips to the left, lightning across the way. We'll see what they'll do here. Going to keep the ball, take it himself. Quinn Toll going to dive it in. We're going to get a positive gain. He'll get it inside the 15. Near the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. Quinn Toll is going to pick up a first down. So on his feet, he cuts it up. Probably 5-hole, and it's a first down. Quinn Toll.
Yeah, he's a pretty shifty runner. He's he gets a good angle there, and Bixby looked like freshman for the Panthers came up, made the tackle.
So 8 minutes, 29 seconds. Clock moving. Third quarter, 28-0. Tipton in front. They got trips right side. Tight end, double tight. Gonna take the handoff to Springer and keep himself. And Quinn Toll is going to score his first touchdown as a varsity football player on the ground.
Yeah, we always told him last year, calling your own numbers, never a bad decision. He can run the football. He's a tough kid. He used to, as an 8th grader, hunt up safeties to try to run over. I told him you can't do that at this level. But yeah, I saw some lightning again, but it's on east of us, so that might be, some weather that's already past us. Everything's blowing here from the west.
Some serious wind just picked up from our backside. It's serious. So Quinn Toll going to be the holder. Cole Hussey trying to kick it through the uprights. Nathan Hawkins. There's the set. There's the boot. And the Blue Devils put it through the the uprights, and it's a 35-point advantage.
I'm sure Quinn's really happy with that. Had a couple nice completions, a couple nice runs, and looked good doing it.
So the Blue Devils go up 35 points. There's a 35-point differential rule that they put in maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They call that the mercy rule. They do the same for basketball. But the mercy rule cannot go into effect until the second half. So if you score 60 points in the first half, there's no mercy rule enforced until second half, even though you got 60. But anyway, we'll mention, Larry, 2 left on the list here, running backs. Number 34 for the Bears, they call him Sweetness.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of those guys that never like to go out of bounds, always grounded for another yard out. So, that was his trademark, is get another yard. And he was, a favorite of Mike Ditka, who had the same mentality. So a perfect match with coach and player there.
I tell you what, you remember Super Bowl in '86. It was the '85 season. They lost to Miami. That was on a Monday night. I won $5 off my college roommate that night. Because I'm not a Bears fan. I'm a Vikings fan. But the worst thing that happened is Refrigerator scored a touchdown in that game against the Patriots, and Sweetness did not score. And Mike Ditka teared up for that.
Yeah, that was, big Refrigerator Perry. They used him down the goal line, but I think if he had to do all over again, he probably would have called Sweetness's number.
So the kickoff goes back to the 14-yard line. On the return, Elwood Panthers. They'll bring it back out. A good return out to the 30-yard line. Elwood Panthers. Let's finish this up real quick. Number 1 running back of all time. They say number 32 for the Browns. Who is it?
Yeah, that's Jim Brown. And like I said, for my money, probably the best all-around speed, size, power, skills. He just had it all. And very few like him ever to play the game.
I'm not young enough to really know him.
Well, I grew up in Ohio, so we knew of Jim Brown even if we didn't see him play. I saw him play in his later years. Not when he was everything that he always was, but he hadn't fallen off too much.
Under center, Jace Reese calling the cadence to the backfield. We'll take the handoff. He'll go right side fullback, and the Blue Devils going to tackle him behind the line of scrimmage. As number 20, Blaze Jones, nowhere to go.
Walton, Henderson, two of my favorite guys I've ever coached. Both of them just undersized guys, but no quit in them, and you couldn't pull them out of a game with a bulldozer. They're both cut out of the same mold.
So the clock is running. That's the essence of a mercy rule. The clock runs except for a timeout after a field goal or a kick of any sort. Through the uprights or an injury, heaven forbid. Shotgun, dropping the throw, going to roll left, looking to let it go. He tucks it back away. Jace Reese is going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be credited quarterback sack. And Jace Reese saw the distance there.
Yeah, Chase Hussey and Slade Springer teamed up for that sack.
So Jace Reese getting the play call, jogging back in. I tell you what, 5 starting freshmen, they are going to be something to deal with in the future.
Yeah, and Gabe Gallegos played quite a bit tonight too, so he would be 6th. And like I said, they were a tough team last year as an 8th grade unit, and good things in the future, I'm sure.
Casey McCray split in 42, got some good minutes last week at Southern Wells under center. Jace Reese. Pass play, right side, he's open. Gonna run a quick play out there, that bubble screen. Not a lot of blocking. Gonna get a positive gain and pick up 5 on the pass play.
Yeah, Dallas Capshaw in there, still a safety too. He's getting his game's worth.
So it's gonna bring up 4th down, and Dallas Capshaw is gonna back up, and he's evidently gonna return this kick. 35-0, and your starting quarterback is going to return a punt.
Well, like I said, he's one of those guys too. Never likes to come out of the game, but you just hope he doesn't, hurt something here in these last moments.
So we're gonna have a new punter dropping back. Is Jaden Mullins. Jaden Mullins is going to punt right-footed. He's got that right ankle taped up again at halftime. He put a white wrap on it this time. So he's going to punt with that right ankle after a sprain. And call for the cadence to get a good snap. He'll boot it. It did hurt his ankle, and he's trying to keep people from landing on it in the backfield. And it's caught on the return. Dallas Capshaw. He'll get it in the plus side of the 50-yard line in Elwood territory at the 41-yard line. The Blue Devils will put the ball in play. Might be the 42.
Yeah, Nathan Bixby there, another freshman on the tackle.
So Blue Devils 1st and 10 at the Elwood 41-yard line. Clock moving, 4:10. Does not stop, as mentioned, except for a timeout and injury or after a touchdown and after the 2-point conversion. Takes a lot of time to get ready for a kickoff. They do not waste time there with the mercy rule. So line up. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. Trips to the right. Tight end, right and left. You hit the handoff up the gut. Calvin Condit going to pick up a quick 5 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 5 from the Elwood Panthers 36.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Blue Devils are, you know, having a hurry up offense by any means. You know, they're taking their sweet time, and I think you're going to start seeing some reserves. You know, more of them getting in here, quite possibly here pretty quick.
So Withrow is in the ball game, and they're going to line up trips right side. Blue Devils from the 37-yard line of Elwood. Shotgun snap taken by Quinn Toll. He'll hand off to Springer. Springer's going to get caught behind the line of scrimmage. Shooting right there. Springer had nowhere to go and no hole to find. And it's going to be
Number 15,
a third down. They're going to call it 6 on the board.
Yeah, 15, Brian Mort on the tackle for the Panthers. He's been in here a little bit now and making his presence known.
So just outside the 38-yard line. Quinn Toll back to the huddle. Play clock is at 13. They're going to have difficulty here. Blue Devils are going to call their first time out, I'm quite sure, here in the second half, and they've already called it. So they stop the clock at 3 seconds on the play clock, and the Blue Devils and the Panthers, I tell you what, they're going to take a breather. 2:18 left, clock stopped. Larry coming up next week, first week of the NFL. Colts are going to be home with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. You know, we'll see how Mr. Richardson does, and hopefully he'll stay healthy for the year for the Colts, and expect good things from him. And you know, the Texans were sneaky good last year, so we'll see how they can continue their winning ways.
Didn't we need that first down when we couldn't catch it in the flat for the Houston game last year to go to get the wild card?
Yeah, I think I remember something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, your memory on that stuff's a lot better than mine. I'm more of a college football guy than I am a pros, but I like to kind of watch a lot of the different games on Sunday and little bits here and there.
I'll tell you what, Larry, next week, on Thursday, the Ravens and the Chiefs, that's going to be a deuce.
Two really good quarterbacks, two really good defenses, and just all around good teams. I predict those two will be fighting it out to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Pork Festival starts that night. Shotgun quarterback, Dallas Capshaw. Springer in the backfield, dropping the throw, going to throw it right flat. Dakota Garman makes a catch, sidesteps a would-be tackler. They get inside the 30. It'll take 4, maybe 5 guys to bring Dakota down. They'll take it to the 27. It's going to be a first down. And 2 minutes, clock still moving. We're in the third quarter. We're in a mercy rule, 35-0. Blue Devils take a 35-point advantage in the second half. When that happens, the clock will move.
Yeah, cornerback Caden Simpson, number 2 on the tackle there for the Panthers, and a good run by Dakota Garman after the pass from Quinn Toll.
So from the 27-yard line, Blue Devils break huddle. Garman going to line up, split right side. They got trips to the left. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. In the backfield, Isaiah Mahaney. Shotgun snap. You're going to pitch it left to Mahaney. You're going to try to break contain. He's got blocking out there. Jaron Aller, good block out there. Going to give him a positive gain. Mahaney's going to pick up maybe, call it 5 on the play.
Yeah, Nathan Bixby from his cornerback position coming in to make the tackle there for the Panthers.
So ball spotted at the 22-yard line from the left hash. Clock moving, 1:02. So play being brought in to the huddle. 22 seconds left on the play clock. Game clock at 53. From the 22-yard line, left hash, Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage, 12 seconds. They'll get this play off. Dakota Garman, I should say, wide left. It's going to be wide right. We got trips to the left, short side of the field. Going to fake it left, take the ball himself. That's Quinn Toll. He's going to pick up a first down. He's going to take it inside the 10, near the 6, maybe the 7. And they're trying to stop the clock. Clock is going to roll. That's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And Quinn Toll moves the football on his feet.
Yeah, good strong run by Quinn, and a great block by Chase Hussey from the center position to spring him.
So Blue Devils going to let the clock empty out. Panthers going to jog off to their sideline, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And then the clock's going to empty out. We're going to hear the whistle. We're going to hear another whistle. Larry and I heard a whistle last week And they are pretty much uncommon, but they do happen. Husky's got a new whistle on that Jumbotron.
Oh, yeah.
Go figure. That is a scoreboard.
I have not seen it, so looking forward to later this year. We're going to be down there at Hamilton Heights, correct?
No, we're going to play again, home game.
That's right. That's right.
But, so they have a nice scoreboard there. They got a Jumbotron, digital scoreboard. Tell you what, Larry, we'll also mention next Friday. Games don't happen on Friday much. This might be the only game on a Friday next week, so we won't see it. It's going to be the Packers and the Eagles. I tell you what, that Jalen Hurst, they say he can squat 600 pounds, the quarterback.
I don't doubt it. He's a large man, and having a guy that strong, you're going to run him some. You don't want to run him too much, but they're definitely he's going to make some yards on the ground as well as through the air.
He sure will. I tell you what, you've probably been listening. A lot of quarterback changes in the NFL. They said last year, 66 different quarterbacks started a game or two or three in the NFL, and that's just 32 teams. 66.
I don't doubt that. I mean, everybody's looking to take their head off, so there's going to be some injuries at that position. So, if you're going to compete, you need to have more than one at that position.
I'm not, no, Larry, but Joe Flacco better get loosened up.
Yeah, he's got some brittle old bones. I hope he stays healthy.
I think we might need him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to line it up right there inside the 10, balls at the 6. Blue Devils, Quinn Toll calling the cadence. Isaiah Mahaney in the backfield. Double tight, dropping a throw. Going to pass it right side. He's open. Touchdown. It's going to be Oliver Conaway. Oliver Conaway catches another touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was a nice throw by Quinn Toll. Guy was coming in left in the air, and Quinn kind of three-quarter armed it to the side and almost got it underneath that pass rusher, and very nice on the money throw.
That was a good throw. I tell you what, only Oliver was going to catch that ball.
He's like I said, he's got a very, very accurate arm and strong arm for a young man, and will only get stronger.
So Brogan Ferg going to line it up right there. They're going to try to point after. They'll go for one. And Cole Hussey going to snap it back there. We believe that's Quinn Toll going to be the holder. Puts it down. Boot is perfect. That is a nice looking boot and a good hold from Quinn Toll.
Yeah, Quinn, like I said, he's coach's son and quarterback. He's been you've been seeing him on the sideline since he was a little boy. He knows every aspect of this quarterback position, and like I said, will only get better as the years go by.
I tell you what, Quinn Toll's a good holder. His dad was a good holder, and his dad told me he held the ball for a guy named, I think it's Green, back in his day. They needed that kick. I think it was a 46-yarder. They needed that kick to go to either the final game or the next game would have been in semi-state.
Well, how about that? I was not aware of that.
I tell you what, the Toll family likes the game of football.
Yes, certainly does, and I have a fun time every once in a while when I get a chance to talk to to Mike as Aaron's father, and just a very he and I share the experience of two undersized guys playing center, and we got there because nobody else wanted to play it, and we didn't want to watch from the sidelines. We wanted to play, so we started snapping the ball and kept playing it through our senior year in high school.
That's special. Memories are made to make. So they're going to boot it away again. It's going to be 54 for the Blue Devils. Nathan Hawkins. He's a sophomore, 6 foot 215. There's the whistle, 7-yard approach, soccer style. There's the boot. End under end. It's going to bounce once. Hard to handle right there. He'll pick it up middle of the field, back to the 22-yard line. To get a return, Jaden Mullins will take it out beyond the 30, near the 33-yard line. Jaden Mullins is a trooper for the Elwood Panthers. Look at him. He's about like a Jim Brown.
He sure is. He's toughing it out. That was Zane Durham, freshman linebacker and running back for the Blue Devils, making the tackle there. Dad, Shad Durham, on the sidelines on the coaching staff.
So ball spotted at the 33-yard line. Elwood Panthers looking for a play. Looking for one more personnel member. It's going to be a member of the offensive line. He's got them green shoes. If you've noticed, and I watch WNBA now. I watch Caitlin. I watch her play. I watch her teammates. But Caitlin's always got those yellow shoes on. If her girl guarding her loses her, she just needs to find the yellow shoes.
Easy find, yeah.
Under center, Jace Reese takes a snap, hands off, right side, 2-hole, positive gain, but not much. Might get a gain of 1. Ball carrier, Blaze Jones. Good stop on the play.
Joey Vaughn yet again.
So 9:43 on the game clock. Clock is moving. It will not stop unless there's a timeout, an injury, or a score. So ball's resting at the 34-yard line, Elwood territory. It's between the hashes. So we're going to jog up to the line of scrimmage. Aiden Fox. Freshman center, take that back. Sophomore center. Freshman left tackle, Miles Lobb. We'll take the handoff. We'll go up the middle. Mullins again, the ball carrier, gets across the 35 to the 37. They are still calling Mullins' number.
Absolutely, yeah. Slade Springer on the tackle there, and you could hear Coach Durham over there. I tell you, he's got a big voice. He was cheering on Joey Vaughn, one of his favorite defensive linemen from last year in the middle school. And so, yeah, Shad gets excited.
So break huddle. Panthers play clock at 15, game clock at 8:36. Both clocks moving. Line up under center, to the backfield. Pro set, split left, split right. Lost the handle of the football. Ball's loose. Tries to jump back on it and does. That's quarterback number 6, Jace Reese. That happens.
Yeah, I don't think that actually got up to him. That might have been on the center. It looked like it kind of hit up on his fingers instead of the palms of his hand or the heels of his hand. So I think that might have been on the center.
So they spot it back at the 36-yard line. 4th down. They're calling it 8 on the board. Might be closer to 6.5. Maybe 7. They're going to go for the first down. Under center, Reese dropped the ball again. Tries to get the handoff, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs. And Reese tosses the ball to the surface in a little bit of a fit of anger, and you got to watch that no matter what the score is.
Yeah, that was Joe Vaughn again, shot the gap and got there before the quarterback could even turn around. So, like I said, good gap move, but there by Joe Vaughn.
So Blue Devils going to put some new guys on the field. 35-yard line. Blue Devils 35 yards away from a score.
Yeah, and we'll see if they get some reserves in here now. Looks like they've got a few in.
So whistle blows. Play clock is at 22. Blue Devils are in the huddle. In the ball game for the Blue Devils. Jogging in. Here comes Quinn Toll, and they're going to need another timeout, I'm pretty sure here. We'll see. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, and the Blue Devils are going to have to stop the clock. So they'll stop the clock with 1 second left, take as much time off the game clock as they can. It stops at 6:46. Blue Devils have called their second timeout here in the second half. And I will mention, PutMeInSports.com, internet radio sports since 2008. Happy to support education-based high school varsity sports. Baseball in the spring, Lafayette Central Catholic Knights. Baseball, football in the fall. Tipton Blue Devils football, basketball in the winter. Tipton Blue Devil boys basketball. We thank you for listening. Right now we're at Elwood High School. Game 2, week number 2. Both these teams entered tonight's ball game, 1 win, no losses. And I just felt a raindrop. It was kind of a big one on the top of my head.
It might be coming our way, so hopefully we'll get out of here before getting soaked.
As long as my notes don't get soaked before the game's over, I'm okay. I got to mention, Larry, I went to Lewis Cass one time. Up on top of the press box, they got a covering. Okay, I got all my notes taped up. I went down to interview coaches, came back up, but it was raining by the time I got back up. Nobody pulled my table away from the rain, and I had drops all over my flare pens, and I couldn't tell what said what.
Well, yeah, watercolors.
That was before the game started. That was a rough one. Shotgun formation. Quintoll. Single man in the backfield. He'll fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself. Quintoll, he's open. He's going to go outside, picks up a good block. He's going to try to make it to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just outside the 5. Quintoll picked up a very good block from teammate
Chris Shepard on
Amon. Help me out, Larry. Amon.
Eamon Vahikate. His dad, Big Ron's over on the sideline too. Also coached with me last year in the middle school. He's moved up to the high school ranks as well.
Amon Vahikate.
Vahikate, yes.
I would have not known that by the spelling.
I believe his grandfather was from the island of Tonga.
Wow. So it's a 1st and goal. Blue Devils. Ball's at the 7. Shotgun. Quintoll. Same man in the backfield. Springer. Ball's loose. Snap. He'll fall on it. Quintoll. Quintoll is I tell you what, he is educated. He's a coach's son. And you know, when he gets finished growing, he's gonna know more than Aaron.
Oh, I don't know that I want to say that on the air, but
I just did. Sorry.
I think Aaron would be proud to hear that. Actually,
That's usually what it is. You want your son to do better than you did. And Quintoll is on the way.
he sure is.
Quintoll going to line up in the shotgun. He got split left, split right. The Hicate is the right side. They're going to fake the handoff again. And Quintoll had the option to hand off or pull the ball out because right there, it looked like he couldn't almost get the ball back out.
Yeah, he had a guy right on him, and looks like Connor Watson in there, number 55's in the game. I believe at I think a guard position out there, maybe tackle.
So the ball spotted at the 15-yard line. Blue Devils inside the red zone. 4:40 left here in the 4th quarter. Blue Devils, a 42-0 advantage. To the line of scrimmage. Shotgun. Quintoll. Twins going to go slot left. Single man in the backfield. Springer. Going to get the ball. Going to fake the ball to him again. And Quintoll calls his own number again. And Quintoll nowhere to go. They kind of figured out Quintoll on the fake handoff and keeping the ball himself. They make the stop. 4:08 left. 4th down goal. 4th and goal from the 14-yard line. Blue Devils, we may see a pass in this situation.
I would think so, yeah.
So if they want to try to get the touchdown, but we'll see. 20 seconds on the play clock, they'll break huddle. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. 3:45 left. 4th quarter, clock moving. Slot left, split right. Single man in the backfield, Springer. Shotgun snap taken by Quintoll. He'll look left, he'll hit Springer. Take that back. That's not Springer. You're going to get a touchdown in the slot out of the backfield and a good play.
Yeah, good catch run by Zane Durham. Again, freshman, classmate of Quintoll.
So Blue Devils, as Larry said, 19 freshmen move up and play on the Tipton Blue Devils high school team.
Yeah, there'll be, I will bet there'll be at least 8 of them, maybe 7 or 8 that get varsity letters this year. They'll get substantial playing time.
So Brogan Ferg out on the field to try the point after. He's got a 4-yard approach. Call for the snap. There's the placement. There's the boot and another good kick. Brogan Ferg has it down now.
Yeah, he's got a groove going on that tonight. So yeah, I know he's been practicing quite a lot at that, and soccer players getting a good stroke on it.
So they're working it out right now. Blue Devils, Panthers, and Panthers next week. Panthers are going to be here with the Alexandria Tigers. Alexandria Tigers, their ball team has climbed hills. I tell you what, the Blue Devils played them maybe 4 or 5 years ago in the sectional, and Alexandria, not a real good team, but since then they have amazed me on the scores that I see after ball games.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but they definitely got it rolling.
Their athletic director, when I talked to him over there, they're Class 2A. He does not have a secretary. Function in high school without having a secretary.
I couldn't. I know that much, but I don't know. Maybe he just likes to play all, wear all those hats. I don't know.
Yeah, Mike Johnson. He was at Pioneer for 25 years. Now he's at Logansport. We know that he's playing South Adams with Fort Wayne tonight, the Eagles, and they're 5A. I'm a little bit curious to see what that score is going to end up.
It'll be interesting to see that one.
You ever listen to the show after the ball games? Bob Level.
Yes.
Bob Level, you listen to him at 107.5. You can hear the scores, hear interviews with coaches. You can hear interview with Bud Wright. Bud Wright is on the mend right now. Did you hear?
I did not.
He was clobbered on the football field by a player inadvertently.
Wow.
He had to, my dad tells me this.
Yeah.
He had to have surgery on his shoulder. It broke his clavicle.
Wow.
But Bud Wright, I love that guy.
Oh yeah. What's not to love? I mean, 59, 60 years at the same school coaching high school football. You gotta love it. I thought he stayed in the golf cart pretty much anymore, but knowing him, he's probably out there, coaching the X and O's and the blocking and tackling like he always did. So.
He was at North Miami 1 year, and since then he's been at Sheridan. Deep kick, taken in the air, going to be a good return. Inside the 20, taking it to 19. He'll bring it out to the 32-yard line. And again, that was Jaden Mullins. And the Blue Devils are going to get some more guys on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. That looked like that was Logan Lightfoot, I believe, number 36, another freshman for the Blue Devils on the tackle.
Looks like Quinn Tolles coming out to play some defensive back. So clock moving to 12. We might see 3 plays left in this game, maybe 2.
Yeah. I see a bunch of freshmen in there. Zane Durham and Joe Vata, of course. See sophomore Zach Emberton in there at cornerback, number 10.
We got some thunder happening. Earlier this week, we heard something about 1 a.m. that was just rocking the house.
We've got some helicopters flying low at the middle of the night over Cicero. I don't know what's going on there.
So line up under center, new quarterback. Ball's loose. Blue Devils pick up a fumble. Picked up. Blue Devils going to have it in Elwood territory.
Zane Durham on the fumble recovery right there.
So defensive guys didn't get much right there. They're back off the field.
No, they had that was short-lived.
So clock still moving. 1:15 left. Blue Devils not in any hurry to get their offense out there. The play clock has not begun. It's at 25. 1:05 left. I hope we got enough time to get back to our vehicle before the storm hits.
I was hoping that they would bring Nathan Hawkins' little brother, Andrew, in and have him play right next to his brother. That would be kind of special. But I call him Big Hawk and Little Hawk is my name for him.
That's good. So Quinn Toll is going to take the snap. 40 seconds left. Play clock has not begun. Blue Devils have some new guys on the field. Going to line up under center. Quinn Toll is going to take a kneel down. So he'll take a kneel down. 28 seconds. That's going to be the final play of the game. It's going to empty out from 23 seconds. And the Blue Devils and the Panthers are going to shake hands at midfield. Larry, I tell you what, a good game. You've got a game coming up this week for the middle school.
Yeah, on Wednesday we're going against Elwood, and like I said, I'm sure it'll be a well-fought game like it always is between those two schools. Nothing different than tonight. So we're looking forward to it, and we'll give it our best shot.
Sounds good. Next week we'll be at Twin Lakes, Larry. I don't know if you want to drive up there. I leave early. I'll just meet you up there.
That's a long haul, but yeah, we'll figure something out during the week.
We'll go to Monticello. I don't know if Indiana Beach is still open, but that's a good place to go.
Yeah, I'd never been there. I always wanted to when the kids were little. Never made the trip, but that's something that's kind of an Indiana historical site. I think they opened it back up. I know it was closed for a couple years, but we'll see when we get up there.
A guy from Chicago, well-to-do, opened that back up.
That's great. Yeah, like I said, it's a kind of tradition there up in the northwest corner of the state, so I'm glad to hear that.
So next week will be at Twin Lakes. The Blue Devils will travel. That'll be a 7:30 start time. We'll hope to have coach interviews at 7 o'clock. And then we'll again mention the Elwood Panthers will be home next week with Alexandria. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. So we do thank you, Larry. I tell you what, you have a great trip home. Looks like you got a youngin' right here.
This is Sam Seibel. He's one of my 8th graders. Actually came to us this year from Elwood. You know, he's running back over there, and we're trying to use him in a lot of different ways over there. But he's a good kid, works hard, and we're glad to have him over at Tipton.
He looks like a good kid. Tell you what, put some gear on him. You'd never know he wasn't a varsity player.
You know, we're gonna keep working him hard and see what we can do with him.
That rain's on the way, Larry. We're going to bow out here. Thanks for being here. And we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.
That's one I think. I'll take that. I'll pack it.
All the 7. Now,
Got any plans this weekend? Tomorrow?
Remember one time when we were last players and the rain rolled up the leg of my pants? Starting the back right here.